Hello and welcome to Mission 3 Rolling Escapades Season 2. The pre-campaign stuff. But this is almost the end of the pre-campaign stuff, and soon you'll have the start of the actual campaign. After this you'll have one more thing to come, which will be the thing you've been waiting for. Sam's wonderful Session 0. I mean, maybe you haven't been waiting for it. I've been waiting for it. But
Yeah, so have I.
I'm super excited when that happens. As always, our sponsor is Destai, find makers of all chainmail goodiness, such as key rings, and dice bags, and lanyards, and various other accessories. And it's pretty cool. It's all chainmail, it's all awesome. You want some. There's a link in the description. You can go to the website and browse the wares and buy something because you want it. You'll also find in the description a link to some stuff by a guy called Christopher Rolls, who is our artist for this season. He's doing artwork for us and it's awesome and sexy and we love it. You don't get to see it yet. Session 1 you get to see it. That's when you get to look. So stay tuned. But it looks fantastic, so I'm pretty happy. All of these guys have got artwork. It's been made to their specifications by him. So that's cool. So there'll be links to his stuff where you can get commissions done, which is sweet. You'll also have links to some of his DM's Guild stuff, where he's got a book, a PDF called Izzy's Slightly Used Airships, which is a PDF that introduces variations on the standard airship that you can find in the DMG, which is cool. So you can have airships which are different to each other, which I believe there's a dwarven airship, there's like an elven airship, halfling airship. There's all sorts of cool things, and there's a vendor called Izzy who sells them. So you don't even have to come up with the person selling the airships. You just get the book and it has all the information you need, which is cool. Plus, he has another PDF also to do with airships that has aerial combat rules, which is cool. So if you've ever wanted to do like airship against airship fights, but not really known how to do it, this PDF tells you how to. It gives you rules for 5th edition, which is sweet. So recommend. I mean, it sounds awesome. I'm going to assume they're good because his other book is good. I still haven't actually looked at them, but
someone needs to just buy him that fucking PDF so you can stop saying, but I haven't actually read it.
I would eventually get around to remember to buying it. That's the biggest issue. I have to actually remember to go buy it.
You're a real credit to your sponsors.
Yeah, I know. I do fantastic work, don't I? That's right.
Our sponsors love us.
But actually sponsor us. That's enough of a surprise.
Yeah. So yeah, go check out his stuff because it's pretty cool, and his drawings are amazing. Izzy Slightly Used Airships is fucking amazing, and I'm going to assume the combat rules are pretty good. So, and he's got some other stuff on DM's Guild as well. Off the top of my head, I can't remember what it is, but he's got like 8 PDFs, I think. So yeah, cool. So we're coming on to this. It has been maybe about 3 months since you guys last went out or called together by the council properly and went out to do something for them. Since then, you've had a couple new members join again. So you've now got a massive group of 8. Nice big number of people.
Wow, make a good shield wall.
Yes. The 6 who were in the last mission have spent the 3 months or so doing various things. They've done stuff's happened. After everyone's sort of been introduced, you now know everyone's names. There was a sort of team building, get together, party thing, sort of vaguely organised by Shade, Shamshir and Throndraek. So you guys could get to know each other better. So you all hung out for an afternoon or whatever, and sort of got to know the people in you that you're going to be living and dying with. Essentially, the people you're going to...
less of the latter.
Yeah.
I didn't sign up for this part.
Excuse me?
One for the former, not for the latter.
Yeah. It's good to know who the people you're going to be depending on to save your life are.
There we go.
That's better.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
That's what it says in my contract.
Yeah. I remember being married to this group.
I'm just worried who's going to dramatically kill off now. Expecting someone to die.
You
You shouldn't expect.
probably.
You shouldn't expect anything from me.
shouldn't expect anything to leave.
It is at around this point that you guys are through.
And it is guide, isn't it? It's a real sausage fest, isn't it?
Yeah. With the council, you and the help of I have forgotten the creature. I think it's a contract drake. I want to say contract drake, but I will double check that. I don't have the book
I was
on
about
me.
to say, did you bring the tome?
No,
And you don't have it on your phone?
not on this phone. It's on the other phone. Is it? I also can't remember if it's in the tome or the codex.
I will have a look.
Actually, the tome might be here. I'm gonna look later. But through the signs of that, you sign a contract, a magically binding contract that is the knowledge of your group's existence and their allegiance is to be kept secret going forwards. Not many people have been told before. You've not had to interact with many actual people as a group anyway, so it's not really come up before. But you're starting to reach the point where you're less going to be solving inside inner city problems and more be sent out to deal with things that are happening outside of the city.
And what's the consequences if it's broken?
Depends on how much you reveal. The big thing is your existence as a party doesn't matter, because that's going to be pretty obvious you're working together. The really big thing, yeah, you can say you're a party. The council can't say they know anything about you. The council specifically have their part of the contract is they cannot talk about you outside of the council chamber.
Pause before I go to
So if we say, oh yeah, these guys sent us.
If you are to mention that you are sent by the Council of Jofrime, pretty much.
Will the magic of the contract kill it, or will you tell them and then they'll send someone to
The actual contract itself, the breaking of the contract, will cause
Kill that person or everyone?
yes,
One of them.
yes. It's powerful magic used. It is put on we want to make sure you guys know what it is we're doing. You can say you've come from Jofrime, you can say you've heard about it from Jofrime, you just can't say you've been sent by the Council of Jofrime. You are just, people who have, you're just people who want to help.
Okay.
We're busy buddies.
Yeah.
Just got a job.
Yeah, I mean, you
Random
can even, it's even to what you could say, one of the members of the council could have given you the information and asked you to go see it.
Yes.
Just to look into it. As long as you are not specifically saying you're here to do the work of the council on their orders, you're fine. The council have the biggest issue. They're the ones who are they have to pretend you guys don't exist.
That's good.
But
That
obviously the other side of that is, if you guys get into shit and are caught up in something, they're not going to get you out of it.
Yeah.
That is on you.
Mm-hmm.
Any problems you cause and have to solve are your problems to solve.
Woohoo!
Thank you.
We will cause no problems. It's fine.
Because that always happens
shit
with
will
us.
occur.
I'm going to unlock a lot of jail cells, aren't I?
Because I'm sure everyone's backstory is full of them not having problems.
Yeah,
I
pretty
can have
much.
jail cells, but that's just me ripping it off the hinges.
Cool.
I don't cause problems. Problems just happen to me.
I assume my toe must be here, but I don't know where.
Somewhere.
Are you talking about Mordecai's?
No.
Okay, I was gonna say. I was like,
No, the
freaking
other
through
time.
that during the podcast this morning.
Yeah, toe of beast. I don't think it's at home. Maybe it's in a. It might be in a box actually. Thinking about it.
Well,
Whatever. I'll double check the name of the thing at a later point. I don't really care right now. It's sort of unimportant. But you made a pact with a dragon there, basically.
Woo,
Or
dragons.
a drake rather than a dragon, but powerful in its own right for the specific reason of
let's
contracts.
Mm-hmm.
So
It ain't a devil.
A draconic lawyer.
yes.
like you, man.
So does this thing have like some kind of Gaius effect on us? Or is it just sort of like a, you signed in blood, like you forfeit your house, your home,
You
and
feel free.
everything
You can
around
feel free
us?
to talk about it.
Yeah, you can
You're just
mention
gonna
it
die
if you
do.
want. Just the fallback is going to kill you.
Well, you can talk among each other about it.
Yeah, and you can talk to each other about it because you're all part of the.
As long as no one else is listening.
Yeah, as long as no one is.
Alright. I
Yeah.
was going to say, did we do this before we went on the bender? Because otherwise I'm trying to get one of them to say that they were sent by Council Jackal and see what happens.
I mean, we probably weren't drunk. No.
But you still got a fist fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were just talking about.
Yeah,
that's just banter.
Who's the stronger dwarf? We're like, yeah, let's go for it. Want to find out? I'm happy to. Okay.
You can't knowingly break the contract. If you're talking about it and you're overheard by someone you weren't even aware was there.
Like they could be like, what was it?
If Shade happened to be hiding behind a pillar
Yeah,
or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, like there's not much you can do to stop that. You didn't know they were there. But if you'll outright walk up to someone and go,
Hey.
"We're here to solve your problems. The Council of Jofrime sent us."
Or heads explode.
I'd just be like, he said it, wasn't me.
There's no pen.
As your head explodes.
Ah, fuck.
As we know, that is a perfectly valid way to pretend you're dead.
Yes.
So where are we now?
Right. So you're currently in the.
Yeah, what is going on?
Never mind.
What's happening?
Never mind.
Yeah, I think it's
Telling
in
you.
tome.
Arnie yells.
I think it is in tome. It's not creature codex. It's in tome. You guys are doing your duty in whatever you're doing in Jofrime. For those who have recently joined, you have been given a place to live, so you have like a permanent residence now. Think like studio flat, but not shit.
So we're all
Shit
in one
place.
building, basically.
Oh no, you're wherever you want to. Like some people are local to the city, so have a place to stay already. Those of you who have been sort of incorporated and don't have a place are given a place, sort of wherever you wish to be placed.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Show us on the camera.
So
I'm gonna need a map of the city for this.
That's a huge.
I want to know. I want to know all the various.
I know it's a
Some
very
point
big
you should
city.
scan that.
I know. I've seen the map.
Have one.
I need to. I want to look through it later.
yeah, I mean at some point I'm gonna give you guys a proper. I mean to be fair, that map won't help you much because it has most of the buildings not there. Because that map is huge.
Yeah.
That's a massive scale.
And does
that
it have
map.
the districts?
Huh?
Does it have the different districts?
I mean I haven't. It has different districts.
What is this? A city for ants? That map needs to be at least 3 times bigger before we can get
I am not redrawing that map bigger. Fuck no. I'm not
We'll
drawing
scan
that.
it and upscale it.
Well, so yeah. Why don't you just put in a scanner and blow it up?
Well, because then I still have
Where-
to add
where
more
are we?
buildings.
It'll only be 3 times the number of buildings.
I'm not adding more buildings to that map at all.
This is all.
Because
Well,
those
good.
aren't the buildings. Those are just the big buildings. Like you scale the size up, I have to fill in the gaps.
Anyway,
The map doesn't matter right now. Where are we?
you guys are
That was
in
your
this-
fault, Jordan.
You guys are in the city. You receive a summons from the council to the council chamber because again they have something for you to do.
Yep.
Over the
No, they don't. They didn't send us.
Shut up.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
over the course of like half an hour or so, you all individually make your way to the teardrop at the center of the city, and are teleported up into the council chambers, where again you see the top of the teardrop, the fully glass ceilings and windows allow you to have just a view over the city, floating above it, and the not quite complete circular that is the council chamber. The council table, on which sits the 15 members of the council, which covers the 4 races. There are humans, halflings, dwarves, and elves at the table. It's almost a complete circle, because there's the way it works is when you're summoned to the council or wish to speak to the council, you walk into the center of the table to address the council from the center, which means that the council don't have to strain their necks to talk to someone and to each other. They're all just sort of facing each other, and the people in the middle have to keep spinning. just to talk to whoever's talking.
That's just how we do it here.
Yeah. It is also the table does have like
We have that too.
curvature to it, and sort of comes up to differing heights, so that the halfling sat at the table can see over the top of it. But could be sat on standard halfling chairs rather than like high seats. So as you guys step into the room and step into the middle, as is the normal way, the current chairman of the council stands up in order to address you. For today, it appears as if Eldan is the
Who?
Eldan.
The
The
guy.
He's one of the council members. He is the Shadow Guard representative on the council, and he stands up. So as you guys are file in, so you all sort of turn to look at him. He greetings. You have done some good work for us currently so far. You have met your new comrades, and we expect good things to come from your relationships. We have something new for you to do for outside of the city. We have heard, and by we I mean the Shadow Guard, have heard rumours of some sort of creature within the woods slightly to the east of the city. The Vinewald. There have been talks from the Vinewald village, the village situated on the outskirts of the forest, of this creature causing problems for the villagers. People going in and not coming back out. Now, obviously in a village there are not many people to begin with, so we want you to travel to the Vinewald, investigate, find out what the creature is, and slay it. In doing so, you'll be doing a service to the village, and you'll start making your names known as the people to go to for problem solving, which will hopefully in the future make information collection easier. It will just be passed directly to you, and you can just head out to deal with problems as they arise.
And what if it's not a creature? Supposing no one's come back, or few people have, it might not necessarily be a creature, or it could be something else.
We will leave that to your initiative. The reports that we have is it's a creature, but village folk are not always the most perceptive. It may be something else working within the forest. But we're going on the information of creature and to slay it. If it turns out to be something else, we will leave it in your capable hands to decide what to do.
Okay. How far away is this village?
It's about 2 days' travel.
Not so bad.
Are we taking horses or are we just walking?
That is up to you. To
Well, I'm taking a horse. I don't know about you.
From here on out, we will not be providing resources on the fly. You'll have to earn the things or return a favor in order to earn resources, like any other member of the city does.
I suppose our involvement with the council would not be so covert if they kept supplying us with everything every time we left the city.
Precisely. Any further questions?
When are we leaving? I say it to them.
Yeah.
I
As
say
soon as
now.
we're ready.
There's no reason to stay around.
Splendid. Well then, the council wishes you luck.
Hopefully, it is nothing too serious. Back in my home village, they thought there was a boggart in the well, taking the water before we could draw it. It took 2 days for the village children to find a hole in the bottom of the bucket. Village folk like to jump at superstitions.
You're telling me.
Awesome. So, you guys head out, make your way across town to the eastern gate.
I want to find like a saddlery or a stables.
I was gonna say I'm
And
just gonna get a wagon.
Procure a wagon. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
So
it's
we've got
it's
transport.
easy enough to do. I mean,
Oh,
if
one of my
I was going to say, if nothing else, acquiring a wagon and a pair of horses is really easy because of Elder and Skylark.
Do you actually have squires? Yeah. Are they going to accompany us?
No.
Don't have meat shield.
They have like common stats.
Yeah, exactly. That's why they're
Yeah, but you
amazing.
just do the
Can we use them to
goblin
make a
boss thing
rail
and just
gun?
like pick one up
There
and
are
in front
two.
of you.
Oh,
we
we
don't.
can't use them to make
Oh,
a
no,
rail
we
gun.
don't.
No, you can't make a common or rail gun.
Either way, a wagon.
Wagon.
That's fine. You can acquire one of those. Using your name is fine.
Yeah.
You still have Pull in the City. Your
Yeah,
name's still
yeah. I was
means
like, it
something.
doesn't matter if council can't be associated. I can bankroll this shit. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Convenient loophole.
Yeah, the convenient loophole. The rich guys are still around.
So, easy enough to acquire a wagon and a pair of draft horses to pull the wagon, which the 8 of you can seat on comfortably. Two in the front, 6 in the actual wagon.
You want to drive wagons? Cool, you'll drive. I'll sit in the front.
Awesome. So we've got 2 dwarves in the front, everyone else in the back.
Cool. How fast does a wagon go?
Same speed as you do on foot.
Yeah, exactly. I might just stay on foot so I can actually check tracks.
I would be walking
Where I go.
next to it.
Okay, for those who want to
don't
walk,
do that.
those who don't want to walk don't have to can sit in a wagon and ride.
Actually, we'll leave it at the DM. So nowadays you say shotgun, but they don't exist.
Crossbow.
that was a resounding shout of crossbow there.
Do you call crossbow?
Do you literally reload?
No, he called Crossbow.
There you go.
Cool. It's crossbow then.
That's good.
Someone's going to shout this at work, and then everyone's going to look at them very strangely.
A crossbow it. I mean shotgun it.
Shotgun.
Wherewith wrong timeline.
I mean, there was a mate of mine who decreed that you don't call shotgun for his car, you call blunderbuss. So he ignored requests to shotgun.
Amazing.
Right.
Nice.
So
We head out.
you head out. You travel for 2 days. Some of you on foot, some of you on the back of the wagon, and you come to the Vinewold village.
Is it Vinewold or Vineworld?
Vinewold.
Okay.
I've
Vineworld
just-
is like a theme
Oh,
park.
well,
Welcome. There's a scary monster in the woods, guys.
I keep hearing world. Is it
Wold.
Wold.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm sure he keeps putting an R in there.
I am saying it very strangely. I am sharing my word in a fake.
Stop drinking, Liam. It's bad.
Alright, stop drinking and put the glue down.
It was glue.
And no permanent markers either.
Crit stick, I mean.
Panama.
Cool.
I
So,
drink lots of tea.
Yeah.
yeah, you guys come
Hallucinogenic?
upon.
How good is your tea? Do you share it?
Does not share his tea.
Does not share.
Are we trying to work out how he drives a wagon?
Okay.
Damn, dude.
Wow.
Where are vehicle efficiencies?
Good question.
Right. You come across the village towards the as evening is coming by at the end of the second day. You see ahead of you a cluster of maybe like 40 buildings. Not very big. You were told in the outskirts of the wood. It's sort of like about half the village is actually set into the forest,
Oh.
and the other half is sort of outside of the forest. There are no walls, and there doesn't seem to be any sort of like guard or anything.
Fucking bumbles.
Yeah.
Good building location.
It's mostly
You got an axe, haven't you?
mostly peaceful looking village. It is well lit. You do notice that as you approach, you can clearly see where the town square is. There seems to be a very large like bonfire.
In the middle of a forest.
Yep. Well, they're not. They're where they are is more of a clearing. They've cleared all the trees away.
So like it's the interception of the forest and the
Yeah.
cycle is this.
Their town chief better be like a druidic bear shifting smoky man that's like, oh, you can prevent forest fires, kids. Like, this town is a disaster waiting to happen.
We can fix it though.
But this is like a standard nice
Only
looking
Jim
town.
can
It's
fix
not
it.
like where they send all the elves back to the trees at the edge of the city.
No,
It's just a...
it's a town.
Don't send the
A
elves anywhere. We like the elves. We'll die.
But
what do you do with all the gnomes then?
Where'd they go? Gnomes don't exist. They're fictional.
So you guys make your way in. The bonfire in the middle of the town square is a good sort of 60-70 feet away from the closest houses. There is good distance, and the ground around it is kept well clear of stuff. So they have the fire in control. It's not just
This
a
is a
roaring
regular
inferno.
thing, yeah. Is there any obvious pub or town hall?
By the as you sort of ride in, it is late. There are some people walking around. Humans, only humans, just a human village.
Oh, so it's the opposite of sending off all the elves. In the inverse kind of racism where they don't accept elves. Just humans.
Well, okay. Is there any funny looks at any of our party upon turning up?
I mean, you get funny looks as a general thing
Yeah,
because you're a
travelling
group
parties.
you're a group of 8 people traveling to a village that has no connections to anything.
So we just doubled the population.
Not quite.
Not
that.
quite.
There were 40. So
We are the
Yeah,
most,
so-
we're
so
the
it's
most
gotta be at
tricked
least-
out people by a long way.
if we really wanted, we could probably massacre the village with all against
Yeah.
us.
That would solve the problem.
Yeah, I'm sure I'd also get our names out there.
Monster can't steal people if there's no people to steal.
I see your logic.
Are we taking twisted logic to everything then?
Oh god.
He's making a lot of sense to me.
Oh god, no, shut up.
Does he know I'm joking?
That's
happy
he didn't
with
do
my
anything
change.
wrong to deserve it.
I hope so.
Oh, excuse me, sorry. So you make your way into the centre where off of the town square there is what appears to be a sort of inn tavern-like place. It's most of the places you pass by have got the lower buildings are darkened. A couple of the upper windows are lit by a candle. This is it's the only one that has
Lights on.
lights, yeah. Lights on, there's definitely people in there. And as you sort of pull up outside, you can hear sounds of laughter and whatnot coming from inside. Occasionally the chink of glasses. So you all dismount or carry on walking if you were already walking. I assume make your way into the inn. It doesn't have a name.
It doesn't have a name.
No, because
It's the only one in
It's
town.
the only one in town. I won't name it.
They don't bother naming
Would you
it.
call it the only inn?
I'm going straight for the bar wherever there's a staff person.
Yeah. So you guys make your way in. Again, the interior just full of humans. There's maybe like a dozen or so humans, various ages, all adults, but ranging from young adult to old man. Sort of in there drinking. There's a couple of people playing darts. There's two old ladies over by the fire playing chess. There's a rowdy group of like probably early 20s men over in the corner drinking loudly. Their table covered in empty glasses. As you guys walk in, there is a sort of like moment of silence as everyone sort of looks.
I bathe in that silence.
It just washes past me. I don't even notice.
You fucking look at me, the weirdo. Go on, do it.
Which they do. It's also like, you know, you just walked into the local and you're not locals.
I say to one of these two in Elvish, friendly bunch.
The fuck did he just say?
He said friendly bunch. I said that in Dwarvish to you.
I return in an Elvish
short one.
tongue some sort of acknowledgement of your comment.
I agree.
Yeah. They all sort of they stare for a good like 30
Everyone
seconds.
on this side speak Elvish, and no one on that side.
I see. We have our translator.
Google Translate.
I speak a language that none of you speak, so.
What language?
Are you sure about
All
that?
of the other ones.
It's called.
Have you got what John's secret language in your character sheet?
You can
Not
totally
even the
do that.
DM knows.
So they sort of look at you for a good 30 seconds. Sort of some of them like the loud young men, mostly because they have to. It takes them 30 seconds to focus.
I mean,
like-
after a few seconds, I'm not going to wait 30 seconds before I look at it. I'm going to walk up to
I
like
mean,
the
you
bar.
guys make your way in, but there is just like this
They're still
silence and
looking
the
at back
eyes
of your head.
following you.
Yeah.
They need to really hurry up and invent the camera.
Well, the darts players resume their game quicker and sort of just go back to what they're doing. And the old ladies are sort of like they go back to playing chess, but their focus is definitely not on the game anymore. They're definitely like just watching you guys. So you make your way up to the bar where there's a it's not a very old human male, but he's definitely balding. Like you probably put him sort of like late 50s sort of thing.
Pretty old for a human.
Humans lived up to a century.
Yeah.
Holding.
He's doing
Oh, he's bowling.
It's old
That's
man.
what I heard first.
Balding.
It's going to be one of those days.
It's going to be one of those days. And he's just sort of like cleaning and drying a group of glasses behind the bar.
She has glass.
I mean, well, no, not glasses. It would be tankards.
Wooden tank.
Yeah, sorry, tankards. Before like filling up a couple of pints, putting them on a tray, and sort of whistling to a door sort of just behind the bar, and then a young sort of barmaid comes out, grabs up the things and runs them over to the loud table in the corner. He turns to look at you guys. Well, you're new.
What gave it away?
I've never seen you before. You're also in a weird place. Why are you here?
We hear you've got a monster issue.
Well, that's one way to go about it.
Huh. Yes. There's something in the woods.
When's it come out?
It doesn't come out, it just goes after the people who go into the woods.
Why do they keep going into the woods then?
Well, but we need the wood.
If they
And we
can't
need
fend
to
for
hunt.
themselves, then surely they should deal with the problem first.
Yeah. People aren't really killers. They hunt, they're good at hunting game, they're good at collecting mushrooms, they're good at cutting down trees.
And you say no one's
Not
come
everyone
back?
has your skills.
Well, some of them have come back.
Oh.
Yeah, some of them came back, some of them haven't. We don't really know what's happened to the ones that didn't.
Who came back?
I was going to point you out in the direction of that because I don't know anyone. I don't know anything more about it. But Rosie's sisters, or sister and brother, know more than I do. He's pointing at the barmaid, who at the point has just returned, put the tray back, and is about to disappear back into the kitchen. And she's like, huh?
Yes, miss, please.
And she looks at you, and now like, right, sort of.
She looked like that.
Halt!
Please don't make this bar suddenly get sticky.
It's not that she thinks he's attractive. It's she's gone. Oh shit! It's a lord.
Yes, I understood that.
Yeah. She's gone. Oh,
If it was he's attractive, it'd be there we go.
Yeah, but then he's surrounded by this.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
she's looked across and sort of like scanned you, but the
Clocked
person
him.
who really stands out from your group is Eldoran.
The guy who's actually in like shining armour. Or
Yeah.
In armour.
Yeah, but shining.
Fuck off. Mine's maintained.
No,
Mine's very well maintained. It's got to pass inspection, yo. Doesn't matter that I don't get inspected anymore. It got to pass inspection.
There's an additional
Like
thing
20 years back.
that she's he's the one that beckoned her. So
Yes.
she's like, oh okay, right. Sort of wanders closer. Crabhand was like, they want to know about what happened to your brother and sister in the woods. It's like, oh, yes.
They came back, yes?
Yes. Sorry, there's lots of you. I'm not used to people. Lots of people. I'm not used to talking to people.
Oh, don't worry.
That's fine. Start somewhere, start slow.
Do you want to go talk to just some of us? The others can just go sit down somewhere. Alright, I just go sit down somewhere.
I'm going to go off.
I just look at
No.
you three and just like.
Assuming I don't get shooed away immediately, go watch the two old ladies playing chess.
Okay.
I'm definitely watching the darts.
You go sit down and watch.
Well, I'm like, do you mind if you get a spectator?
Which they're a bit like.
I'm just gonna lean in the corner somewhere. Just scanning. the
Sort of,
room.
they don't say anything. They just sort of indicate a chair for you to.
Okay, then I'll watch. I'll probably grab a drink beforehand though. So.
You grab a drink, cool.
So you're staying,
I'm
I'm
staying.
staying.
Which is the pathway you took to the woods?
You sticking around?
I'll go.
It's one at the back of it. I can show you where they went. They probably know better. They're around.
I wouldn't want them to remember any bad memories. It was round the back of the tavern.
In the town, at the right where the edge of the town starts entering into the forest.
Is there that only the one entrance?
There aren't really pathways. It's just we're sort of open to the forest.
Sorry, just for context, the town, does it have like a surrounding wall, or does it just literally
just-
trail off?
it
into
just
the
trails
woods?
off, yeah.
Okay.
So it's essentially you can just walk out into. They've got a couple of like
The woods and the buildings will just go.
yeah. They have like essentially game trails where they have like paths that people have walked lots that lead to specific locations.
Okay.
But you could just enter the woods through any gap in the tree.
Okay. Well, using that sort of vague explanation of the direction the children used to enter, I'm going to go outside and I'm going to try to find that area and look for tracks or marks or some kind of indication that prowling monsters have been coming up to the edge of the village or people coming in.
Before that, I am going to say, do you want to leave this till tomorrow because it's getting dark?
I'd rather make sure that now there is nothing planning to enter the village tonight. I'm not going to go in on my own.
I wasn't sure how dark it was, I just what you had to say.
Would you go with him?
I have torch.
I'd rather
Rather torch.
there were two of you.
Why do you think it's what sort of things do you usually find within the forest?
It's normally like deer, rabbits.
Nothing too dangerous.
Nothing over the top. There are bears, but we normally the hunters sort of track where their caves are and mark out, so we know the areas to not go into.
How big is this forest?
It's a sizable. It's not like massive, but the sort of the village they put on the edge is smaller than the forest, like by a sizable portion. Like the village is
It's sort of 10k square.
yeah.
You mentioned hunters. Have they found tracks of the creature?
No. Which is strange.
Are there any hunters within the tavern at the moment?
She sort of looks around and regains and
What area of the forest do people seem to disappear from most, if you know?
it's just in the forest. There's no. I don't know where they go. I don't really go into the forest. I work in the tavern.
Probably
The
wise.
people who disappear, are they looking for anything specific?
Exactly.
A couple of some of the hunters have gone. Some of the herbalists. There's people who have gone to collect water from the stream.
So they're all looking for different things, but they still.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Do they only disappear after in the dark, or is it during the day as well?
During both. As a general rule, we don't normally enter the forest after dark because it's harder to see where you're going, and if you were to fall and get stuck or hurt something, there aren't going to be other people around to hear your cries for help. Shamshir, go ahead and make a survival check for me as you head out.
I'll go with it.
Yeah, that's cool.
Anything else?
6. What number is that? 15.
So natural 16.
Oh, okay, 22.
22. You have a look around. There aren't any tracks that seem off to you. It's all like human tracks that are heading in and out of the forest.
Okay, good.
Yeah, that's all you spot.
Last question: how long has this been happening for?
Oh, not very. I think
A month or two?
yeah, maybe a month or so. Yeah.
And nothing in that time has shown up or appeared, changed.
No, I mean,
Maybe slightly beforehand.
one of the hunters mentioned, or I overheard them mentioning in the pub, that they at one point heard some like strange mutterings from a voice, but when they went to investigate, they didn't see anything.
Okay.
And that was a few days before the first disappearance.
I think I know what I need. Thank you.
Thank you, Rosie. You've been very helpful.
She skitters off back quite rapidly.
I turn straight back to the patron.
Yeah.
I'd like room and board for my companions and I for the next 3 nights. Paid in advance.
Let's see if you figure out whatever the monster problem is first. If you solve that, then I won't charge you anything.
Sounds good.
Spectacular. Can we arrange to speak to the town leader in the morning?
I'll see what I can do. Yeah.
Thank you.
Preferably with a hunter nearby. I think we'd like to first go into the woods with a local.
Yes, I agree.
Did you want to talk to her siblings at all?
Yes. How old are they?
Well, she's the youngest.
Oh, excellent. Yes, in the morning would be good. Right. Beer?
Booze.
Do you serve food here?
Yes.
I'd like a meal, please.
Awesome. He sorts you food and drink, a place to sleep. It's not the most comfortable bed. It's not uncomfortable.
It's the only bed in town.
Yeah, like you're not sleeping on like feathers, but you're not sleeping on like
The floor.
bug infused straw on the floor. Yeah. So it's possible. It'll do nicely. Actually, I remember for some of you, it's probably the nicest thing you've slept in.
Nice, sir.
Yeah. To some of you, this is a 5-star hotel. To some of you, it's maybe a 2-3-star hotel.
That's better than Battlefield.
Better than being camped out, yeah.
Exactly. It can never get worse than coming out of Battlefield.
Awesome. You spend the night. You're woken in the morning to the smell of bacon and eggs and freshly cooked bread. which would imply that somewhere they have the ability to grow wheat and
Raise cattle.
yeah, so that's good to know. So yeah, the innkeep, with the help of Rosie, provides that to you at the table before saying that he has managed to get hold of the guy in charge, the guy in charge, whose name is Arvid, and a female hunter called Bodil. And then that felt good. Rosie's brother and sister. The brother is Godfrey and the sister is Mary.
Are they both hunters yet?
Yes.
Or kind of hunter-gatherers, basically.
Yeah. Yeah. So you are given a meeting with the four of them, sorry, and you are taken to, it's a town hall, in the fact that it's sort of like a place where they could go and sort of meet with the speaker, but it's not much more than just a single room hut, essentially. And you have the four of them there for you. Go.
Good morning. Thank you for joining us. My name is Errant Guard. These are my travelling companions, and we've heard that you're having some problems with a creature. Now, we've heard a little, but we'd like to get some more information from the horse's mouth, as they say. I believe you had some questions for the hunter.
Right, so it's my understanding you haven't found any tracks of this creature.
No.
So, and has anyone actually seen the creature itself?
These two reckon they've seen it. I'm not sure what I take of what they've said. I don't know anything that looks like what they've said they've seen.
Well, okay. Turning to those two, what do you think you saw?
The two of them sort of look at each other before the brother nods to his sister and turns to look at you. Well, we thought we saw a person, but like they had things wiggling on them.
Raise an eyebrow.
Okay, before you go on, this already confirms a few things which I was thinking. The reason why you haven't found any tracks is because it's essentially a person that you're looking for, not a creature. So you're seeing human footprints and you're assuming that it's someone from the village, when in actual fact it's some form of amalgamation maybe, or a group of people within the forest. Person beforehand spoke of whispers, which maybe there's untoward activity happening. This is purely speculation, but it would make things more likely as to why you haven't found anything leading up to it, or anything else too unusual.
Well, if that's the case, we can follow the magical trail and track it down.
What you saw, did it look entirely solid? Yes.
It looked like a human, just a proper human. It had like green wiggly things on it.
You care to elaborate on the green wiggly things? Like whereabouts on the body were they?
Just, it was covered in them.
Can I do an insight check?
Sure, make an insight check.
it could be worse. 13.
Okay.
Non-natural 20.
Cool.
21.
21. Cool. They're being pretty forthright. The two siblings look a little bit like, oh my god, we're in the presence of a lord.
It has a great effect on people.
The hunter literally couldn't
Doesn't
give a
give a shit.
shit.
Absolutely
Yeah.
not.
Like straight up is like, I really don't care who you are. Why are you in this town wasting my time?
Are you
Basically.
sure this guy's a lord?
And then the town speaker is a little bit more like, you know, he's on form, but again is a bit more towards the whatever. Like, but you're here to solve. You seem like you're here to solve a problem, so I'm going to be nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, best you can tell, like what Godfrey is saying is what he saw. He saw.
Does it sound at all familiar? A person with green wiggly things.
Nope.
No, at all.
No chance.
The green wiggly things, did they seem like they were on the person or a part of the person?
They seem to be sort of moving around a bit. I don't know. There was a point where, I mean, we were trying to be quiet, and we don't think it spotted us, but at some point, one of the things sort of flew off it towards us. And it's at that point we started running.
Okay.
Project.
A very sensible
What area
decision.
of the forest were you in?
Towards slightly closer towards the center.
What was it doing when you?
It was just sort of walking.
Any particular direction?
Didn't seem to be. It's just sort of walking. It walked weirdly.
Did it walk with a presence, or was it just meandering around?
It was just sort of meandering.
Whereabouts were you in the forest? How far in?
We'd gone in. We travelled maybe 3 hours in.
Is there anything that happened shortly before this began? People began disappearing. This is all the people who are there.
Not very easily. Rosie said she heard someone say something, some sort of mutterings, and the hunter's like, yeah, nah. That was Ivor. He hears things. Nothing to worry about. His hearing's a bit shit. So he thinks he hears sounds and he doesn't hear sounds, and then he doesn't hear sounds that he should hear. I don't really take what he said about sound seriously.
Fair enough.
Yeah, he went to look where his voices came. He said he heard the voices coming from, didn't see anything. The one thing I do trust is his eyesight.
Good to know. Okay.
Right. Unless anyone else has a question, I think it would be good if you were able to, saying to the hunter, if you were able to lead us through the forest to an area that you assume most people have travelled to but not come back.
Do you have any spare meat?
Baked.
Well, I'm sure between you can hunt some sort of game.
Well,
Yeah, we'll probably find something on the way.
assuming there's two reasons why we know people have gone missing. A, they don't come back, and B, we find the body of whatever they've been hunting.
Right. Oh,
This is excellent. Now we have 8 pieces of bait walking straight into the forest.
How many are missing?
3 at this point.
So you don't find their corpse?
No,
Or bones?
no.
Remains as anything?
just
Okay.
the animal they hunted.
And
Yep,
no
which is
signs,
untouched.
signs of the struggle.
Some signs of struggle, but hard to tell if it was them struggling or the thing they'd just slain.
So could this thing be protected in the wild?
That's what I'm thinking.
Possibly. It was a bit strange for it to start doing it now.
Well, either way,
Or-
how about we go hunt some game then?
Maybe the people that have gone missing are now also walking around the forest, ambling around.
That was my worry.
Especially if there are no signs of blood.
Well, let's go see what we're dealing with.
I believe that'd be the only course.
As I said, let's go hunt some game, draw them out.
So, the hunter turns to the brother and sister and sort of speaks to them in words that you guys don't understand.
Village speak.
Yeah, essentially, the village have their own like,
Colloquialist.
yeah.
Bloody hell, they're Cornish.
Yeah, basically.
Before the hunter nods like, alright, I know where you're going now. Cool. I can lead you in. Good to go then?
Alright, let's go. Waiting on you.
Perfect.
And as we step into the forest, I'll cast Mage Armor.
Cool.
Same.
I'm gonna lead you there,
Thank you.
and then I'm done.
Fair.
To find your way back, right?
Should do.
I believe so.
That's
One
your area
of
of
you-
expertise, is it not?
One of you is a
What makes you think that?
He's the ranger. Sorry, for some reason I had you as the ranger. You.
Oh,
Pointed at me, I was like,
I did mention the village headman.
I know what
Can
everyone
you
is.
make sure our wagon and horses are looked after for the
Oh, I
next
mean,
2 days or so?
Yeah, I mean, presumably you had that sorted by the innkeep,
Oh,
rather
yeah.
than just
I
leaving
thought I'd
them.
just say instead of just
Yeah,
running
yeah.
off.
that'd have been like first
I assume
priority
that
for
was
me is
covered
like
by-
sorting that.
Yeah, which the best they can, they do what they can. They don't have stables.
They tie it up.
Yeah, they tie the horses up, but they sort of, they more or less like, he has like a sort of post sort of erected near the fire and ties them up so they're close enough to be warm if they want to be warm, or they can back up if they need to. And then the wagon is just sort of left outside the inn.
Yeah.
So, cool. So,
Before we go, it's about time for one more cup of tea.
How long?
Very long.
was that a tea break?
Yep.
Quick little tea break, which
Reset the clock.
I totally feel like the
towards
tea is like a
towards the
polyjuice
end of that,
instead.
the hunter is like full on like foot tapping, arm
Oh, I'm
tapping,
doing the same thing.
like. Before as you pack up, like, ready to go? Yes, good. Townspeople.
City.
Almost seems like he thinks he can handle the problem himself.
So, you guys make your way.
Yeah, I thought it was a sheep as well.
How so?
Into the forest with the hunter leading you in.
I am going to throw 3 balls of fluff.
From your bags.
Wow, you really.
They last until the next dawn.
Yeah, but he hates you for it.
Sure, roll 3d8.
Go army of fluffy bunnies.
Oh.
Here we go.
I got 2 5s and a 1, so it's 2 black bears and a jackal.
Wow.
Forest.
What
to
the
me.
fuck did you just do?
So he reached into a tan bag. Is it tan bag?
Tan, yeah.
He reaches into a tan bag on his belt, pulls out a bit of fluff and throws it at the floor. He does it 3 times, and in doing so, 2 brown bears,
Black
2
bear.
black
Black
bears.
bears and a jackal.
Great, 2 black bears and a jackal just from the bits of fluff.
Mm-hmm.
This should help us.
That's a skill.
Mm.
Can you pull a rabbit out of that bag?
Unfortunately not. I can call 3 creatures a day. It resets itself at dawn and these vanish. And they'll follow all my commands until that such a time.
They're friendly?
Yep.
No. Good.
That's where Liam does a bear noise.
He tried.
I
You
didn't try.
considered and then thought.
I decided to consider it was like, nah. Okay. As a note, though, you can only command 1 creature a turn. because it takes your bonus action to issue the command.
Follow us and keep an ear or nose out for anything strange.
Cool. So they are going to follow and keep an ear and nose out for anything strange.
But if they say anything, they're
No,
not going
you-
to tell
you
Not
us.
an eye
Yeah,
out
they can
though.
speak in bear.
Actually, it's because they get advantage on hearing and
That's cool.
smell.
That's cool. So they're gonna listen out for anything strange.
Just not look for anything strange.
Yeah.
Cool.
Is it true? Oh, shit.
Awesome. So you guys are led into the forest. Are you moving quietly or just or attempting to move quietly?
I'll just copy the hunter.
Yeah, just
stealthy.
do that.
Alright, she starts to move quietly.
Well then.
She's
Yes, I'm stealthy.
she's walking through through the town. She's like
Jinx.
walking quite heavily and doesn't really care. And the moment she steps into the forest, her stance seems to she sort of shifts and her demeanor gets smaller and she's like she knocks an arrow and is like
Right, then yeah.
cool. Yeah, everyone make both the stealth checks.
Oh yeah.
Do
Me and I got the best
super
number.
stealthy?
1,
No.
2,
No.
Does people
Oh,
want
wait.
0.
0.
Does
Nice.
people want,
0.
you want to be like super stealthy, right?
No.
We've got 3 hours. dude.
With sensor.
Flat 0.
Yeah, if it's 3 hours, then it'll wear off. But
Okay.
You're rolling that one.
I'm not using
Not
it.
2, minus 2.
Right. So we've got the 0,
9.
9. Cool.
19.
19. That's good.
11.
11. Cool.
13.
13. Cool. Jesus Christ. Cool.
21.
21. That's good.
With disadvantage, 10.
Hey!
That's alright. That's
Oh
alright.
shit!
16.
I have advantage on that. Thank you, Boots.
That's better.
There we go. What's that? 23.
There we go.
Damn.
That's a much better
I'm
than
so
your-
glad you said. I was like, I have those boots.
I've got heavy chain mail on.
Huh? 400.
Cool.
Split man. Split those something. Yeah.
We're both going.
Ting, 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 ting.
You're doing more tinks than me.
Yeah. A lot more.
That's fine. Between you, you're able to.
Think.
Pig. My bell.
Clink.
Ponk.
Ping.
Between you, you are able to move relatively quietly through the forest, with the hunter leading the way. Arrow not the whole time. She leads you in for 3 hours, gets to the point at which she confirmed with Mary and Godfrey as to where they saw the creature, stops, looks around and goes, "Your turn," and just turns around and starts walking back.
I now say to the things, if anything attacks me or any other ones, people with me, attack it.
Cool.
Unless I say otherwise. And
Cool.
then I keep an I start looking out.
Alright. Is everyone looking out for stuff?
Any tracks?
If you're
Have
looking,
there been many animals on the way here?
I mean, there have been animals, but like you've sort of heard them disappear in the distance. Whilst you've been relatively quiet, you've definitely disturbed wildlife.
Yeah, so can they have the thing to look out for stuff and also keep an eye out, or can I
If
give
you word it all
multiple
as one sentence.
You can issue that they can't follow complicated commands. They are animals.
Can I ritually cast Speak with Animals?
Don't do more.
you can't, can you? You don't have a
Okay.
ritual thing, or is that a thing you've actually got for your character?
Totem barbarian, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, alright, yeah, you can.
Okay. I can read this out. So I could also. I didn't take it this
Yeah,
session.
you gain the
but I might
ability
take
to
it
comprehend and verbally communicate with beasts for the duration.
Cool.
So we're taking
The
10
knowledge
minutes.
and awareness of any
Yes.
beast is limited by their
Oh.
intelligence.
It's been 3 hours.
Yep.
To be
So
honest,
I'm getting used to your tea break, so I'm taking the opportunity to.
is there any reason not to make a simple camp here?
We shouldn't be here overnight.
It's
Maybe
been
we
3
should.
hours, it's not even
We've been
midday
here 3
yet.
hours. We spend most of the day
It's
here.
not even midday
Oh
yet.
yeah, I guess
We
that
can
is
do
not
two
that
things.
bad,
If
We
we
can look for the creatures,
I have
or
already
hope
noticed
they come to
on
gather
fire.
us.
If
This
we
is why I
start-
said hunt game, because if that's when the creature strikes, we throw it to us.
If we start moving around too much, then essentially we'll lose our way and we'll have no idea back to the trail, even though it is pretty much a straight line. So wouldn't it be easier if we stuck around here?
It's a remote part of the forest, so if I look for footprints and find any out of place, it could be reasonable to follow them.
Hmm.
So I'd like to look for some
Sure.
footprints.
Make a survival check.
And that's a 9.
A 9.
Yes, a 9.
A 9.
I
Okay.
rolled a 3.
What's your favourite terrain?
Desert.
Ah, that's right.
Dessert.
Dessert.
Yummy.
Whereas I'm just going to keep an eye out for what they described.
Yeah. And what's your? I don't actually know what your enemy is.
It's the worst monster in the whole of the universe.
Who's?
Humanoids. Humans.
That is the worst monster.
Also werewolves.
Humans and werewolves.
I had to pick 2, so I was like, well,
Yeah.
werewolves are basically
People
humans.
and human. People and humans?
Yes.
Yes.
Female
Although,
woman.
Here is one of
we are
those
not
days.
his favourite enemy. Himself is his favourite enemy.
So he's especially good at killing himself.
I also have orc thrown in there too. It's like a green person.
Okay.
Go green.
This is an interesting one.
I know.
You might actually get advantage.
I'm going to give you advantage on this
I
just
see where
because.
you'll go.
Yeah,
Follow.
this is a weird one, but for this I'm going to give you advantage because of your favourite enemy.
No, it's still the same.
Is it still the same
That's
number?
a
That's a 1.
Oh, so that's worse. So that one.
3 and a 1.
Wow.
Awesome. All right, so
Good to get them out of the way now.
Wow.
yes, you are having a
Guys
look
want to
and
get
studying
cracking.
the ground, Shamshir, and you can't really see any traces of like footprints or movement for anything. It's a very you've gone quite deep into the forest. It's quite dense undergrowth. There are like fallen twigs and branches and whatnot. So any signs there might have been, you're not able to see past what's was probably covering them.
Can I check the area for anything unnatural or magical?
Sure, make an Arcana check.
That's 17.
17.
I
Doesn't seem to be.
Okay.
It seems pretty standard.
I'll settle about setting up camp. Setting up tents.
I will help my lord.
Cool. So you guys start coming up. You finish ritually casting Speak with Animals.
Cool. I'm gonna go try and find an animal.
That's cool. You're head off for after enough time.
Yeah, they don't know things around here. I mean, I could look through their senses. You could send them off, but you know.
The Jackal has good smell in here.
But yeah,
Excuse me.
I'll see if I can find like something.
That's fine. You'll find like a bird or something and be able to eventually convince it
Dude,
to
pigeon,
come
yeah.
and fly and sort of. It doesn't land on you, but
Yeah.
it lands close enough.
Yep.
You have a bird.
So I ask it if it's seen anything and describe the tentacly
Green
thing,
wiggly
green
Green
thing.
wiggly thing. It has.
Does it know where it lives?
It doesn't live anywhere. Also, it's not an it.
There's more than one.
There are multiple.
Okay.
Can your bird count?
When did you last see it, or where did you last see it?
Before.
Okay, where did you last see it?
There. It sort of indicates back towards where the group is.
It's a wing.
Like,
It's like
with its
that
beak,
away.
it.
Swing's just doing bird.
Best thing ever, a barbarian talking with a pigeon or something, or bird.
Can I cast something on you to see through your eyes, and then you go fly around and?
It sort of looks at you like, eh?
I would do a
He
thing.
knows Spanish?
It seems to have heard you say something, but doesn't get what it is you're saying.
Can you fly around to see if you can see it,
It will fly, yes.
and then come back here and tell me what you see? Cool.
it flies.
Yep.
Does it come back?
It does come back. So it flies around
Bridge a
for
worm or something.
maybe like 5 minutes or so.
Small green wiggly worm.
Caterpillar. It brings you back a
I
caterpillar.
found a green wiggly thing.
It's not this. Are you trying to tell me the birds are also like cats?
Before it does come flying back and it lands on the same branch. But this time it's got in its mouth or its beak. It doesn't have a mouth, it has a beak. A sort of very bright green, maybe 3 inches long
Wiggly
worm
worm.
wiggling around.
I called it.
And it opens its beak to speak to you, and as it does so, the worm
Oh.
launches itself at you, just straight out the bird's mouth.
Okay.
Can you make a dex save,
I
please?
can't believe he's killing off someone in the first
Yeah.
session.
This is like Nat 2022.
Okay.
That's what we've all been.
as this worm sort of flies towards you, you sort of just like slightly move, and it flies. It doesn't go very far. It lands maybe 5 feet behind you.
Mm-hmm. I'll try and
And
catch
it's
it.
just on the floor.
Oh, can I go and get it?
Go pick it up.
Sure.
You-
We'll launch yourself again. Well, the bird had it. So, you know.
The bird did have it.
Yeah, the bird's not human though.
This is not going to end well for you.
Cool.
You're not super smart.
As you
are
reach down to grab it, go ahead and make a grapple check.
Okay.
It's trying to grapple
With
you.
advantage? It's not.
Oh shit!
That was lucky.
So 23.
All right, it got a 9. So you successfully pick it up.
And does the bird say what he was about to say?
Oh yeah, the bird says, "Oh, I found it.
No fucking shit.
I bought something of it back."
Which direction was it in?
It indicates with its beak back towards where everyone else is.
Oh. Okay. Well, I will keep it in my grasp.
As you're looking at, as you're holding it, you suddenly realise that one end of this worm doesn't look like a worm. It looks like a very sharp mouth.
Yeah.
And it is where you're holding it. It is sort of like wiggling back and forth and attempting
Yeah.
to bite into
Yeah.
your flesh.
I'm trying to hold it as close to that as I can so that it can't really get
Yes. Which even as you're doing so, the other end of it is like wrapping itself around your hand.
there. Okay. But I'll walk back.
Strange, it's not-
I'll say
Strange rents-
thank you to the bird, and leave.
Yeah.
And I'll get back. I'll come back to the group. And be like, so I found.
Good God, Bob! What the hell is that?
Yeah, can I see anything since
Hmm?
Can I see anything going on around in
Can
trees
you
around
still
us?
feel your hand?
I'm going to
Can I still feel my hand?
You can still feel your hand. You're
You still have control of your hand.
No. Yeah, I do.
What is it?
I'm going to choose to use Hunter's Sense. As an action, choose one creature you can see within 60 feet. You immediately learn whether the creature has any damage immunities, resistances, or vulnerabilities, and what they are if the creature is not hidden from divination magic.
How long does it take to do that?
It's an action.
Oh.
Damage immunities, resistances, or vulnerabilities, and what they are.
cool. It has none of those.
Okay.
This thing tried to bite me.
It's still mouth. It's still like
It's trying to bite everything.
From my alchemist kit, I think I pull
Damn.
out like a bottle or something that we can put it in.
cool.
Do you want to stick it in the jar?
Alright.
Unwrap it. Like forcibly unwrap it from them as well.
So how are you putting it into the jar?
Barely.
So at some point you've got to let
Quickly.
go
Because
first.
you have to let go of it.
Do we need it alive?
Don't
I
know.
don't think so.
I don't know. It would react, or we can if we can take it back.
Do you know what it is?
Just crush it and take
Oh,
Yeah,
you
you
just-
you crush its head.
Good.
And
No, I
it's-
just crush. I leave its head like
Just
the
his
thing that's
neck.
trying to bite me. I just the neck. I just
Oh,
crush
right,
that.
crush. Well, yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
yeah. The head end.
Yeah.
So it's still writhing around, just not able to bite.
No, it's
No, it's
different.
not.
No,
Okay,
okay.
he's squishing it. So
Okay.
it's, yeah. Which like green like pussy stuff sort of seeps out of it,
That's gross.
and the tail stops wiggling.
Yeah, put it in there anyway.
Now put it in the jar.
No one recognises this.
Where,
I've never
Nope.
seen that before in my life.
where in the grace of Errant did you find that?
I pick it up and just sort of have a look at the mouth
You've
and
wiped it
tail.
on him.
Where did you get that from?
Yeah.
So
Oh.
it looks
The
like
bird gave
it does
to me.
just look like a worm. except a particular big worm, except the end that
I've
has
heard
this
more
sort of like.
things.
Other fun fact: the bird told me that it was in this direction.
Oh, good.
So apparently we're near to wherever it is.
How long did the bird take to give you this information?
About 5 minutes.
It's not very far away then.
But he would have wandered past it.
Did any of us see
Could
a
have been
bird?
further in this direction.
I kind of look behind him in the direction that he came from now. Do we see or?
No, I mean, like,
Nothing?
Did we see a
beforehand,
bird
did we see
fly
a-
over us at some point?
You've probably seen a couple of birds fly over you at this point.
Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah, I can't see anything though.
You can see.
Maybe we should spread out. Look.
Can I have
Got
the
pets.
bears
Might be in, like, yeah, within a
smell
15-foot gap
the
between
worm thing and see if they can find any others of it?
Sure, they
And
give
the
it.
jackals,
they
yeah.
give it a sniff and go ahead and make perception checks for them.
I may get it on advantage.
Yes, because it smells. Just make one for the bears and one for the jackal.
Bears get wisdom. Yeah, that's +1, so it's 18.
Cool.
And the jackal gets double 1.
That is a double nat one. Wow.
Quality there, Jackal.
Wait, hang on. Oh, sorry. The bears have advantage. Better perception +3.
Yep.
So it's actually 20.
Cool. They sniff around and they have smelt something. But they're just sort of wandering around the area smelling.
So they have smelt it though.
Well, I mean, it's best you can tell because they can't talk to you.
Can you still
Is
talk
my,
to
is my
animals?
thing still up? Last 10 minutes.
That's true. Yours is still up. Yeah.
Can they smell it?
What have you found?
They can smell just through this. Yeah.
Not
Can
bad.
you take us to where it's freshest?
They just the whole area you're walking is permeated with the smell of whatever this thing is.
I was going to say, if you take it to where it's freshest, they'll just go
Apparently
back to
we're
the
on
jar.
Yeah, they do literally. You say go to the freshest, they just walk up to Icarus with the jar.
just tell them to follow the scent.
It says everywhere.
Apparently we're on it.
We're on it.
Does the
good,
ground
I'm gonna
look like
climb
it's
a
been ripped
tree.
up at all?
You're gonna climb a tree.
Yeah.
All right.
Does the ground look like it's been overturned recently?
I would like to do
Can't
that.
tell.
I'm mostly just hiding.
Yeah.
Any, like, holes in the ground?
This bird that found it, was it on a creature or was it on a tree or?
It said it took it off something.
Right.
I mean, it's a bird. Can't really tell me much.
Shall we just have a quick walk around the area just to see if we find it?
Yes, I think so.
Let's go. As you guys are doing
Ah.
that, there's the sudden sound of like breaking branches and
Oh fuck.
undergrowth shifting.
I
Shield-
come to the bed and
shield
attack
in that
anything
direction.
attacks us.
And you turn around to see out of the forest, sort of shambling towards you.
Is it traveling down?
It's not a shambling mound. It's definitely a human, or was a human. They're now covered in these weird green worms. Their entire like arms, face, hair, legs, just everything is swarming
Anyone got blight?
with.
Oh, that's great.
Isn't that a level 6?
So I would like you all to please roll initiative.
5, I think.
That is absolutely.
Oh my gosh, I actually rolled well on initiative.
Oh, that's fun.
That's a penis.
Nice.
That's your first roll for the campaign, isn't it?
No.
Oh, do I also roll for
Wait,
all
this
3
is not
creatures,
yourself
don't I?
one, yeah.
Oh yeah.
This
Yeah,
is
you have
my
to give them an
first
action.
initiative
Yeah.
roll that's above a
Initiative
10.
is each other or all different initiatives?
Above
The
the
bears will have the
bracket.
same initiative because they have the same
Oh,
bonus.
Flip
I'm the
bracket.
new flint bracket.
Other
I'm even
thing will
better
have
than
its
the
own
flint
initiative.
Oh, well, so I roll
bracket.
roll it and their initiative is...
So roll the bears initiative.
I have advantage.
Bears
That's the
is
bears initiative.
11
And then roll the
plus-
whatever the other one was, jackals.
Killed for advantage.
It's just straight 11.
Weapon of
Cool.
warning.
And the jackals is higher.
To be fair, like last,
Jackal
the last
is
one was rolled
19.
a 1 and 3 and a 1 and 1.
And
Right. Anyone get above 20?
I got 20.
Wow.
Holy fuck.
Bloody hell, I think.
Oh, sorry, I got 19.
Shade, what was yours?
21.
Any advances on 21?
22.
Also 21.
Also 21.
Alright, so 22 is the advantage.
Hey!
Yeah.
Plus
I
5.
actually only got
You're going before me.
Yeah, I'll probably
I'm-
go before both of you actually.
I'm a +3.
Yeah.
You go before me.
Yeah.
+1, yo.
Shade,
Okay.
That was
Icarus,
fucking quick. Like, we were
Yeah, man.
Parr,
good.
Aegis.
And
Cool,
mine,
right,
mine
that's
was
the-
19, unfortunately. I was
Oh, well, whatever. 20 to 50. 15 to 10.
13.
13.
Oh,
Minus
wow.
2.
This grouping we've got.
+4.
+4! Ouch. How does that feel?
Well,
I'm talking to bears right now. I'm distracted.
You clearly are.
Cool.
You're
Well,
not
what did
surprised.
The Jackal got a 19 and the Bears got a
Alright, cool.
11.
Jackal
I'm going before something.
and
8.
8.
Then.
Look, I haven't got advantage yet. I need 2 more levels for that. The bears are fluffy, right? Mm. Yeah.
Awesome. Cool. Shamshir, you're going first. This weird ass freaking worm creature just walked out the forest towards you.
Yeah, like, what the hell's with that, man? So,
Yep.
what I'm gonna do, whip out my dagger, and I'm gonna. Hunter's. What's it called? Slayer's
Mark.
Prey.
Slayer's Prey.
Yeah,
Yep.
not Hunter's Mark, Slayer's Prey. Even better. It's the same function, it's just use spell slot. So, yeah, I'm gonna Slayer's Prey. And then
Cool.
throw it down. Is that just the one? How many have come crashing through
Just the
other
one
Okay.
At the moment.
At the moment.
that you can currently see. Yeah.
Yeah, about that. So I'm just going to kick off by just throwing a dagger straight at it because it doesn't
Cool.
look like it's up for talking.
That's a safe assumption.
I should really roll one that I can see what the number is.
Yeah.
I would help.
And that was a nat one. So
That's 2 nat 1s from that dice.
Jail it.
Cool. Your
That
dagger
one.
just goes flying past
the
off into
Xanath's
the
colours,
undergrowth
yeah.
somewhere. Doesn't hit it. Are you moving? The creature, it's about, hang on, I'll say about. It is. Cool. It's about 40 feet away.
I'll stay where I am.
Cool. Shade.
I'm gonna move up to it and attack it with my quarter staff.
Cool, go for it.
15 plus numbers.
That hits.
So it's a D6. No, D8.
D8 because quarterstaff. Yep.
Ooh. That's 11. What's the bludgeoning damage?
11 points of bludgeoning damage. Nice.
Can you know with the stunning strike?
Yep.
Can that be done after, or does it have to be done before?
You do that when you have hit.
Oh, when you hit.
So you can do it now.
Cool.
You
Yeah,
do
then
it
I
now.
would like to make
You'd
yeah,
like
use
to
stunning strike.
try
on that.
and stun it.
Yes.
Cool. Bear with me. That is going to be that. Awesome. That's a,
DC 15.
that is a 22.
Lol.
Shit. Okay. Second attack.
Okay.
Right, dice.
That's quite a
that
trick
hits.
shot.
19 plus numbers.
Cool. That will hit.
That is 9.
9 points of damage.
Maybe you
Awesome.
stunned one of the worms, but then there's like 93 more. So
The actual humanoid thing itself, right?
Yeah. I mean, what you'll notice as the strikes go through is they're just hitting the humanoid flesh beneath it. And it is very, very soft, squishy flesh.
Ugh, that's a weird feeling on a staff.
Yep, it is a
want
weird
a
thing. You also,
big
as you hit it,
hit.
are feeling like writhing underneath the staff, as the worms just continue to flow around the body.
Oh, that's weird.
Yep,
How does it smell?
Ugh.
pretty gross. Cool. Are you tempted to stun again, or?
You can't just keep using your key points, can't you? Each time?
Yep, you can
Right,
just burn it. You
after
can burn
each
all your
attack.
key points in one turn. If you
If
really want to.
Just
If you
push
really
your
want to
load
fuck
all over
one
it.
thing,
Flurry of blows.
Cool.
that's how you do it.
Hit you, won't it?
17 plus numbers.
That hits.
That's a D4. No, D6.
D6.
now.
D6.
Cool. I love this stuff. 6 points
6
of
points of damage. Cool.
damage. That will hit.
Another
See,
one.
And
you
6
got
again.
one.
Cool. What you thought felt weird beneath your quarterstaff feels even weirder beneath your fist. Because there is definitely like...
What the fuck?
You're punching like rotting flesh, but there is movement beneath that rotting flesh.
Oh, that's weird.
Awesome. Icarus.
I comment to the Shamshir, are you sure you want to touch that thing?
You mean shade? I touch it.
Oh, fuck yeah, Shade.
Yep.
New names.
New names.
You
My
name your
point
party.
New party,
But just
legit.
S's, man. I know
Yeah,
the first 3 letters are the same, but you know the rest of it's different.
Yeah. Are you sure you want to touch that thing? As I
just nod.
throw a fire thing at it.
Firebolt.
Awesome.
And I miss with a 3.
What
What's
is
the
it?
total?
Yeah, that has got any armour, put it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also,
Is it a
Total's
total
massive.
of 9?
A total of 9. That does miss.
That, yeah.
Funny that.
But it depends. It always matters.
If it was 7, that'd be a different.
Yeah, that does unfortunately miss. The firebox will go streaking past and leaves a burn mark across one of the trees. Parr.
We've got the target, lads. I'm a dash towards it, so
Cool.
I'm in combat with it,
Yeah.
and then action surge,
Are you not willing? Don't you?
twat the cunt.
40 feet.
Okay.
Go for it.
Hello. No. Hello.
What was the number?
I've rolled 2 2s.
What's the total?
Plus 8, so 10.
10 hits.
Fucking hell!
Told you a second ago.
Knew it.
Fucking
Knew it.
hell!
It's
Oh wow! And he rolled double 1.
Double
D8s.
one.
Hey.
Double 2 and double 1. All this
Weapon
grouping.
master.
I don't have it yet.
You're
So that's
the last
12
one
points
for
of
the day, I'm
bludgeoning
happy
damage
with
total.
that. It's
12
only on
points
sync check.
of
Nice one. The one crew.
Fucking hell. Why am I pulling warhammer punches?
You're a little off put by the wiggling.
I
It's like, I want to hit it, but I don't want the wiggling in my face.
don't want to have to. Look, I've already got a stain on my armour. I don't have to polish the warhammer too.
Cool. Aegis.
I'm going to cast a firebolt.
Cool.
That's a 19.
You hit.
So it's 2d10.
You know the number now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just get above 10.
That's 5.
5 points of damage. Awesome.
And then I'm going to tell the bears and the jackal to attack it.
Cool.
Can you
As
already, Oh no.
Huh?
Don't worry.
Cool.
You're different.
It sort of recoils from the fire.
I hope so.
Jackal.
So the jackal is immediate, yes.
Yep.
So that's. Jackal is going to.
Throw a great
Yes, it's an improvised.
These count as allies, right?
Efficient.
They do count as allies.
So
Yeah.
I get an advantage.
Cool.
And he's a bite attack.
Cool.
Nice.
Clean your teeth afterwards.
That hits.
Double 16
Yeah, that will hit.
plus 1.
Yeah, big hit.
And I do 1d4 minus 1.
Cool.
-1?
Yes.
What's this
It's
with?
a jackal.
Right.
There's 1.
1 point of
One
damage.
crew.
It's a contribution.
Deadly.
It's something.
Awesome. Derek.
Throw T at
Shit, really?
You're in a tree.
I'm in a tree.
the
Yeah,
I'm going to shoot it with a crossbow.
Yep.
I'll try to. Oh, I hit it. Cool.
There are allies.
There are allies.
Snack.
Snake attack.
And I'm gonna use a bardic inspiration to do psychic blades to it as well.
Sweet.
Nice.
So that's gonna be the sneak attack.
1 on the sneak attack.
Wow.
So 12 piercing damage and
Cool.
4 psychic.
Awesome. 16. Cool. Bits of flesh are like starting to like slur off. It's still going.
Nice
Eldoran.
confirmation that the thing underneath is dead.
Yeah.
I'm gonna walk 30, then do divine sense.
Right. Yeah.
I want to know what this is.
Undead.
I'm there.
Yeah.
Surprised that.
This thing is undead.
There is why it's like
So
not
why
to
not
use
humanoid?
your head.
Yeah.
Actually, no.
Is it still his favoured enemy then?
It's not, but
Because it's a humanoid undead.
it's a weird
The
thing.
tag technique.
My key foe isn't necessarily humanoids, but humans.
Humans.
Human- okay.
So it was a human once. I think for the purpose of tracking, His tracking ability won't be hindered here.
Because it is still the shape of a human.
That makes sense.
But weirdly, you only sense one creature.
Within 60 feet. Cool. Okay. Do I know what its alignment is? If it's either of the good or evil.
I don't think that tells you.
You can detect good or evil. Good and evil.
No, I think what that you
That's
can
something
detect
else, isn't
like celestials and stuff. It's not actually the alignment.
If the ground's consecrated or desecrated, right?
Yeah, divine sense. Yeah, you just know the location of any celestial fiend or undead within 60 feet of you that's not behind total cover. You know its type but not identity. And you also detect the presence of any person or object that has been consecrated or desecrated.
And when it says type, it means if it's undead or celestial, not.
Yeah, celestial fiend or undead, yeah. Interesting, 60 feet, you do pick up a slight amount of desecration to the area you're in.
Or where we are now.
Yes. Where you are.
God,
It's
that's
sort of-
surprisingly good death.
Yeah. I mean, you're not like... It's sort of where you are and towards where the creature is, you can just sense there's like that sort of 60-foot radius in that direction is desecrated.
Do I have
Cool. Bears.
Bear one
Go
goes
with me.
towards it and attacks.
Go for it.
And I'm going to have to separate them because I actually have to take damage to both of them. So,
Hero
bear,
now, right? I'm your hero now.
so yeah, it just gives a straight attack. So it's,
That's what I just thought.
I'm going to take a bite attack first.
Mm-hmm.
That's a 17 plus.
Hits.
Yeah, it hits. And then also a claw attack.
Cool.
That also hits.
Cool.
And that's a 2d4 and a d6.
Cool.
So that's 6 plus 2, so that's 8 damage for the bite.
Mm-hmm.
And then the claws did 2d4 plus 2, so that's 5.
So 13 damage.
And then bet number 2 comes in attacks.
Yep.
So, again, I'm going to blue is bite,
Cool.
black is claw. Blue does not hit.
Cool.
It's only an 8, but the other one does hit.
Cool.
So it's again 2d4. And that one does 5 plus 2, so it's 7 damage.
Awesome. Creature has many pieces missing and there's just a big, massive, writhing worms. Throndraek.
It's 40 foot array, right?
Yep.
Cool, I move 25 feet,
Mm-hmm.
and then as I'm running, I'll throw my axe in.
Holy.
Go for it. Make an attack roll
Oh,
while
it's a
throwing
thrown
your,
weapon, right?
throwing your
And I can
axe.
It's improvised, I assume.
It is improvised, yes.
Cool.
Wait, do you
I'm
want
gonna hit it hilt first. This is when I roll on that one, like hit you. No, that's fine. That's a 26.
You hit.
Oh, I raged first.
Sure.
I forgot to say. 9.
Does rage apply to range attacks?
It might not. Oh, I don't think it does. If it doesn't, I still rage first.
Yeah.
What about if it's a melee weapon that you throw?
Oh yeah, plus 2 melee damage with strength weapons.
Okay, cool.
Cool. So that's 7.
7 damage.
Nice.
My axe is in it. I don't know.
Yeah, your axe sort of just embeds it like across
see
the
this
board.
Oh, you have to go in blade first. Well
Yeah, so
done.
there's just axe just embedded in
proficient
its
with
chest.
improvised weapons.
Does this just
Oh
like,
really?
does this like fling past both of us then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like yeah, both of you are there, and it goes in between your heads and just lands in it.
Cool.
Now.
Right, its turn.
Wow, it went last.
Yep. And it survived.
I'm surprised by that, yeah.
Well,
It's
trying to
because we
roll
couldn't
better
get
than
to
D8s.
It first of all, sorry, it's got you and you. So it raises its arms, which you can, its hands, which you can see are actually like sort of are ending in claws, and scratches towards you twice.
Lovely.
Neither of those will hit. That's a 12 and a 13. So it just scratches down your armor, and then one of the little worms, wiggling on it, wiggles up towards its shoulder and launches itself at you. And you need to make a dex
Dex
save.
save? That's what's right. 16.
16. You duck out the way, and the worm flies and lands behind you. Cool.
He's gonna get stopped by him as he runs past.
Yeah.
Shamshir.
Okay, yeah. Let's bonus action Zephyr Strike.
Cool.
Then throw the
Bless you.
dagger
Yep.
at the humanoid creature
Yep.
again one more time. So it has advantage now.
Yep.
Which will be 19 plus 8, so
Hits,
I think it
yep.
hits. So now this is a D6, a D4, and a D8. For 10 plus whatever the D4 is.
That's also a 4.
14 plus 5, I think so, 19 points of damage.
Nice.
Awesome.
And the
All these weapons being thrown.
throw the
Kick
4
it
of
by
that was
now.
force damage.
It's gonna be a walking
Yeah.
holster by the end.
So as you you throw the blade, the dagger, and it flies through the air and strikes the creature in the torso, and it sort of screeches slightly before bits of it just like fall off, and it slides to the ground, and the worms around it sort of stop wiggling.
Was the one
What about
behind
the
him?
Apart
Monster
from the
around.
one on the floor separated, that continues its movement. Shade.
Do I see the one moving?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's
Right.
not hidden. It's just behind you. Make an attack roll.
Is it prone?
No.
I don't actually just do it. I don't know. 10?
It's on the
Did
floor.
you roll
The
a
worm
one?
is standing.
No.
You hit.
Skull wish.
Two
It's
instead.
dead. You just
4 plus, yeah, 5.
it squishes. It's not hard to kill the worm.
Just
Yeah, you literally just and the end of your quarterstaff is like covered in this green pus.
it's like, no, I'm not tempting to just like wipe up you again. I'll just wipe on the ground instead. Because I'm not like that. I'm not stupid enough.
Cool.
That was bloody disgusting.
What can one do to get rid of desecration of the ground?
A hallow spell.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was.
Can I burn the body? I'm not comfortable with this.
Yes.
I like that plan.
I'm gonna go retrieve my axe.
I just start going firebolts all over the van.
As you do so, you do notice that the worms, sort of as they get blasted by firebolts, sort of just incinerate immediately.
Good. We have our specimen, so
Yep.
these can.
Yeah, they're very easy just to.
Can I listen out if there's anything else moving?
You can make a perception check.
Can I assist him in that?
You can, yeah.
There you go. DB that shit.
Perception, yeah?
Yeah.
20 in total.
20 in total. You can hear movement. You can hear the movement of another 4 creatures.
From the same direction?
From
or-
the same direction, yeah.
I tap on your shoulder and say, and point towards it as I'm getting ready.
Interesting note. There was one creature and they've lost 3 people.
But it's 5 of them.
Mm-hmm.
Heads up, we may have more incoming.
I tell the bears prepare to attack if we're attacked again.
Alright,
And the jackal, of course.
yeah, that's cool. So you guys
Are we
you-
still in the
I
same
moved-
initiative? Or?
No, initiative's been broken now.
I
I'm
try
trying
to
to
hide
move forward
somewhere.
towards the noise.
You're headed towards the noise. Anyone else heading towards the noise, or are people staying where they
I
are?
want
Would it
I'm
not
going
be good
to-
I will
Stay
actually
at
follow
range.
up with him.
Making an ambush in the trees
Yeah,
might
you should
actually be a
ambush.
good idea. They
I mean,
can't
I'm a
think
slow,
they know we
so-
hear already.
very well, so climbing a tree
I have 35 speed. Never mind. I still threw my
could be
axe.
a better idea.
I'm not getting down.
I can't
I'm well
climb
at
trees.
it, but
I'm going to go retrieve my daggers out of worm.
I am
Yeah.
going to be keeping an eye out to
Okay.
cast another fireball.
So
I'll keep up with you guys.
I'll walk
Yeah,
up a tree.
there's 3 of us.
you'll go up a tree. So we've got Derek and Icarus in a tree. We've got
Okay,
Different trees.
different trees, yeah.
No,
We've
it's
got
not
Parr, Throndraek,
that's my head.
and Eldoran heading forwards. Shades hiding behind a tree.
Yeah, or in a bush or something.
In a
That's
bush,
like kind of
yeah.
between like mid-camp and where they're walking
Yeah.
towards.
Just wear
And
the
then
other ones
we
and
should
pretend
go
you're
up
it.
Yeah, there you go.
Shamshir and Aegis, you guys are doing what?
I am following them
Mm-hmm.
bit further back with the bears and the jackal around me.
Okay.
I'm going to go retrieve my dagger out of worm body.
Cool. You can retrieve that dagger out of the other body. The other dagger went past it and is in the direction of where everyone's going. So you might be able to find that if you head that way.
Is that one of mine?
No.
Okay.
Not yet. Once I get through these 5, then I can use the new weapons.
See how they go. Miss with
Awesome.
all your attack like fuck.
So
built shit daggers.
you guys spreading out make your way forwards. Are the people in trees going to like head forwards through the trees?
Yeah.
You could
Yeah, that makes
climb
sense.
across the
This is
upper
a
branch.
quite a dense
Yeah,
forest.
it's pretty dense at this point. Yeah.
Yeah.
We stealthing?
No, I wasn't planning on it.
What will I do? I want to be hidden.
Sure. Make
Okay.
a stealth check.
Yeah, I'm a little bit
I'm happy
behind,
to be
so
the
I'm going to
distraction.
try and be sneaky about it.
Alright. 28. That was a natural 20.
19.
Cool.
Right, if you keep punching me, I can stay raging.
So you guys are hidden because no one else is hiding. You're not going to surprise anything.
You could just hit yourself.
I was hoping.
Yeah, I hit myself harder than the ESP.
So, people moving through trees, other people moving through the floor, some people heading through foliage. Awesome. So you step forward into sort of clearing. There's a few like less trees around. You do notice the ground here is obviously overturned. It has been sort of dug up and sort of left as it was. And in this area you see 4 more of these creatures sort of just like shambling around. Yeah, with all coated in these wiggling green worms. So I would like everyone to roll initiative.
Oh, I hope you're ready to meet your maker again.
That's
Way slower that time.
I rolled the same.
What, did you really?
So from the people in front, you're about 30 feet away from them. That's fine. The 25-foot movement puts you within your 5-foot reach.
Oh, that's true.
So,
Right, I had that.
so the ones that are at the front are about that far, and then
Oh,
the
man,
rest
I
of
could've
you are
got into melee
how
range
far
with him then.
back you were before.
About 30 feet further back.
Oh, okay. Well, you can't see them then.
Well, not that far.
10.
That's quite far.
I wouldn't have been too far
Like-
behind, but
Like the guys at the front, I've seen them as they sort of walk out into the clearing.
do you know what? About 15 foot.
Cool.
I'm thinking about that far, yeah.
Two
So
and a
they
half
can
feet.
get hit by surprise. Yeah.
Awesome. Right. Anyone get above 20?
Yes.
Not this time.
Cool. I'll write Aegis down then because he's the only one above
Did you
20.
get as
No,
well?
I'm above 20.
Yeah, above 20 over here.
Oh, cool. What was
21.
what did you get, Derek?
24.
24.
22.
Cool.
Did you say you were over 20?
I have
I got a
space.
Okay.
20
You
15.
can't get over 20.
I literally can't.
Sorry, what did you say?
Better.
20 to 15.
17.
Yeah, 0 last time.
15 to 10.
12!
13. Cool.
10.
Oh, I might not be going last this time.
12.
Yeah.
What's your dex plus 1?
Me, yes.
Oh, that's not great.
Which bears than
Oh, I've
Jackal?
got it at the same time.
Bears.
so-
Unless they get 0, I'm going last.
Yeah, they're going before you, but
The world is going before you.
yeah, the bears have got.
You
Bears
miss
got
a turn.
4.
Pretty much.
Part of the world is a full rotation.
Yes!
And he's still there, like.
10 to 5.
8. Again.
Jackal got.
Look, I'm getting the same initiative each time.
Yeah,
This
I
is my
just-
number.
Oh, the bears got a 4 and the jackal got a 14.
Even the bears are going before.
Now you say it.
I didn't realise I hadn't rolled. I'm not used to having actual things with me. It's normally only my character I have to roll for.
I suppose you didn't play a druid for long enough.
No.
Okay, so.
The one time I had them, they acted on the same turn as me.
And then Eldoran at
wow.
0.
Technically, you killed.
I'm poor druid.
Splat.
He died too young.
1, 2, 3,
Did.
4, 5, 6, 7,
Far too
8,
delicious.
He was about 3 days old.
8, 9, 10, 11. Cool, that is right. Derek, you're going first. You are up in the trees. You can see better into the clearing. There's less like of the thick bushes and whatnot.
I just thought of
I
something.
mean, the foliage is pretty hefty, but angles help.
The ground's dug up.
Oh, that's
Yes.
fine. Okay, it's just that.
Shovels or clawing?
Hard to tell from the distance.
Okay.
Also, is
Not-
the
not-
ground...
Drastically important right now, but yeah, I've got
It's a
to shoot.
difficult terrain.
Hmm?
It's a difficult terrain Or
No, it's not like
it's just turned over.
obviously overturned.
But is it like evenly across the whole clearing, or is it like specific holes have been dug?
There's just like bits dug up. Yeah, it's
So it's vaguely even across the whole thing.
I'm guessing.
You are hidden.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I'm assuming this is the same AC.
Yeah.
Okay, or yeah.
Oh, cool.
Right, might as well roll again in case crit.
Yeah, but it's me.
Yeah, but you know, there's always a chance. Maybe that would be that 20 then. Save.
That's 9 piercing and 7 psychic.
Cool. So that's 16. Awesome. Cool. That strikes that one. Aegis.
I'm going to cast a firebolt at.
You had advantage, you should have sneak attack.
Yeah, you get sneak attack. Your advantage. Here we go.
And an extra.
4 piercing.
Cool. Boom.
Yeah, I cast firebolt at the same one.
Go. Make an attack roll.
It
I'm
hits,
used to rogue.
Cool.
and that's 8 damage this time.
Just need to rogue some more.
And then I tell the bears and the jackal to attack this
You
green.
tell one of them.
I tell the bears.
Tell one bear.
One
Bonus
animal.
action to give a command.
Okay.
You can command one creature a turn.
I tell a bear to
Tell
go.
a bear to attack. The other two are going to sit and defend you because that's the last order.
Was it?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Without following you.
Yeah.
Icarus.
Okay, so I want to cast Chaos Bolt at level 3 at one of them.
Sweet.
I'm going to use Tides of Chaos to give myself advantage on the roll.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
Nice.
Yes, so let's just do that first.
Evan's like, oh fuck,
so
things
to
gonna
see
go
if I
wrong.
actually hit. The range of this is 120, so
Yeah,
I'm
it's
definitely
ridiculous.
hitting
It's a
that.
great spell.
You hit.
That's a 15,
You hit. Cool.
plus other things. So, that's spells.
Did
you do this
2d8
at-
and d6, I think.
Uh,
Yeah, level 3.
No,
Level
this
3.
is level 3.
2d8, 3d6.
So, yeah. 2d8.
The d8s are.
1 and 1.
Oh! It
Oh
bounces.
shit!
It starts bouncing. Cool.
Nice.
And 3d6.
What damage do you choose?
So this is,
That's it.
let's see, the d8s, it's either acid or it has to be acid.
Acid damage, yep.
So this is acid damage against them, and it does, so it's 2, 3, 4, 10, wait, 10 total?
Because it's only on the d6's damage.
No,
Wait, it's
all damage.
So it's 12.
12 damage, cool. And
Let's
then
see.
it bounces. So make another attack roll
Jesus.
against another
No,
one.
attack
It's
roll.
like
another
roll.
attack roll.
Damage.
Oh, right.
Does that have
Is it still advantage?
No, because Attack Chaos is on a
Oh, yeah,
single
make another
attack.
attack roll. So it's a different
Yeah, it's a different
Yeah.
attack, yeah, it bounces.
name.
So there's green bolts.
That
sort of
is-
like-
That still hits.
Oh, so it's not a random target.
No, he
Uh,
gets
It
to
does
pick
not
the
bounce.
target.
Does not bounce.
So
its
it
But
target.
it
doesn't
can only
bounce.
hit
Okay.
each creature once.
I was worried it was going to bounce back on us.
It
but
can.
not
It
directly.
can do
Yeah.
if it's
Yeah.
got no more
So
targets.
it's 8,
So yeah, that's 10,
18.
18.
18 damage to another
Oh, it
one.
doesn't matter what damage, but...
It's either 4 or 6, so force or poison.
Force.
I think force would be
Force?
better.
Force.
Poison.
Force damage.
Force
yes.
damage.
Cool. So this
Awesome.
Against the second one.
from Icarus, this weird like green bolt sort of like flies from his fingers and strikes this one, and then it sort of like bounces and hits another one. Cool. The jackal doesn't do anything. Shade.
Oh, what?
Wow.
How far am I with Probably
Yeah, so that's level
How
three.
far
So
were you
level
from the
one
front people?
Would be just that.
Whereabouts did you hide? Immediately in the clearing, or did you follow them?
I would have followed them.
I mean, from out the way,
If
maybe.
you're near the front people, they're 30 feet away. So.
Oh, right. I was like, well, yeah, probably would have been like 10 feet from you.
Cool. So you can jump in.
And get up to one.
Yeah, your speed's 45, right?
Cool.
They're 40 feet away from you. Your speed's 45.
The one that looks like it's being hit the most then.
Cool. The left one is the one that
The
everyone's
left
been
one then. It's
hitting.
going to be the left one.
We
Cool. It's
stack
attack
the
that
three of
thing.
you and form like some megazord, just like little folk.
13 plus numbers.
Hits.
Still hits. Cool.
Hey, I'm 4'7".
So you can be the middle.
Nice.
The middle match, the right arm with the heavy weapon, then the left arm.
12 bludgeoning damage.
Are you making us puppet?
Awesome.
Extra attack.
I was just saying how I'm proficient with
11.
halfling.
Yeah, that hits.
11 hits.
I'm just picturing like
Same amount again.
halfling Power
12,
Rangers
cool.
going on here.
There's 4 of them,
Something
yeah?
like that.
There's 4 of them. This one looks like stuff is slurring off of it very quickly.
Yeah, but there's 4 of them.
4.
So let's take up a defensive stance instead. Yeah, just use that key point.
Key point to dodge. Cool.
Yeah.
What is this thing called defensive stance?
Sorry.
Don't understand.
Patient defense.
Parr.
How far away are they from me?
30 foot.
30, so I can run up and twat one.
Yep.
One that's already been twatted.
Yep. The one that Shade's next to.
Funny that.
Oh, it just hits, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I rolled a 10.
That's what you needed. 2.
I'm just matching the AC every time. Oh, that's better. 12 points of damage.
Awesome. You bring your axe down onto it and it collapses.
Good. Good.
There's another one there.
What,
Second
within reach?
attack. Yeah, second attack.
Wow! That's a nat 20.
Cool.
Nice.
Does that hit?
2 to a 20 is a nice
No,
It's
actually,
very
that's-
average.
Yeah, right, yeah. My d8s are all over the place,
We get some
apparently.
weird thing there, avoid crit shot. Fuck.
That's 6 plus 8 plus 5.
14, 19.
Nice one.
Awesome. Cool.
Bam.
It's their turn.
Oof. Glad I did that thing.
Come at me.
So
Really
they
over there.
turn and swarm the 2 closest targets.
Yeah.
Come at me.
Although, I actually think they're going to swarm the closest target, which is actually Parr. They just go for the closest thing. So
I have my
Parr,
own shield wall here.
you are getting 6 claws coming at you,
I'll make 3 dex saves for the wood.
and then they also will all launch a worm at you.
Yeah, so 3 dexterity saving
Yeah.
throws.
You see
That would
behind,
be
you see
so
behind him
unfair
for any
for
of
me,
those
man.
worms.
Hmm?
You see behind him for any of the worms if it goes past him. It's
They're not creatures.
My lowest deck save is 12.
That is a pass.
Oh.
As a on the floor behind you.
Could I like?
Ping them all off the shield, probably.
Oh,
Cool.
that would be
the
fun to do,
attacks.
just like catch one.
Any above 20?
A 23,
1.
I could
a
do that.
crit,
No, if literally does this,
2.
and it just sucks onto his hand instead.
Just bite you.
and a 21.
3. Well done.
There we go. So the normal one,
Yep.
Bang.
There's no 2 normal ones.
oh, so, well, the first normal one does 8 slashing damage plus 8 necrotic damage.
Okay, that's a problem.
Yeah. The other normal one does 8 slashing damage
Oh shit.
and 6 necrotic damage,
This adds up quickly.
Yeah.
and the crit does
Oh fuck.
Does anyone actually have cure wounds here?
Yeah.
15 slashing damage.
Good brew.
Okay.
Just shovel of the berries.
Are you going down?
Almost.
13 necrotic damage.
Now he goes down.
Oh shit. What?
10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Yeah.
I
No.
thought so.
Yeah, you took 13 after you rolled 45.
Oh, yeah.
Cool.
I may have missed
Oh,
it.
just
Oh, fuck.
Rebuke the violence on the first one that attacks him. Wisdom save DC 14. Or take damage, radiant damage
So
equal
these
to the
hurt.
damage they just dealt.
it got a 13.
It fails.
Cool.
So it
Crit,
takes its damage
I thought it was 2
in
crits.
as radiant
That was
damage.
1 crit, 2
Oh,
nulls.
right, okay.
So
max roll.
that was 16. So that one takes 16 damage for 16 radiant damage.
didn't you choose the crit?
That was the crit.
Oh, you want the one with the crit, right?
Whichever one did the most damage.
Right. Yeah.
You
Take that off on the box.
It depends. It's up to me.
What should the crit do? Fucking hell.
It was the last 2
It
damage.
was 15 and 13.
That's it.
So it's 28.
28. Cool.
What's this thing?
Hmm?
What are you doing?
It's a channel divinity. So if I see someone attack someone and deal damage, I can make them do a wisdom save and then take that damage. If they
You
fail,
took
add
exact-
radiant damage themselves. If they
really
pass
good.
half of it.
Because it's radiant damage, it
Yes, you
doubles
took exactly 60 damage.
being undead.
I don't know if that's how it works.
No,
Well,
but
yeah.
16, 28.
But no,
they might be vulnerable.
Sorry, yeah, 16, 14.
Yeah, I thought generally did the ones.
Yeah, 58.
I'm forgetting how things
So,
work.
some aren't vulnerable to it.
I think obviously these things might be.
Some are, some aren't.
Yeah.
This one doesn't take any. This one doesn't take any bonus damage.
I don't do fire though. I do axe.
You might
Axe
fire
to the
if they give you a
face.
flaming axe.
I don't do fire either. I do psychic.
Yeah, I cast axe and hope that I hit.
I cast flail.
Sometimes I cast throw axe when I can't get to it.
You can use
Or
it
when
on
you
that
can.
Liam has used it.
Okay,
You need to attach a rope to your axe so you can bring it back.
we come
Change
to
of return.
Shamshir.
Right.
Single target spell.
As I'm taking the dagger out of the previous worm man, I can hear like the blurb of his chaos bolt, whatever the like
Yeah.
bizarre wild sorcerer is, and then like sloppily bounces around.
Oh, did you explode?
He didn't say Alex.
I
Yeah,
didn't
but did
say
you
it.
roll?
Oh, you did. Roll a d20.
Roll it onto the tray.
Okay.
No, you're fine.
Is it a 20 you go kaboom?
It's a
Or
one.
It's a 1? Yeah.
So I'll
20
head over
down.
to where I saw the previous group leave, and then I'll
Missed
notice the large amalgamation of just
Yeah.
horrible creatures that have
And,
knocked down
and you
Parr.
get there as Parr just.
And then are there still any surrounding shade as well? He's still.
He's still there. Shade is
He's
still
like
there. There are
hitting
still
someone.
three
Someone's up the tree.
around him.
I'm
Yeah.
not
So as a bonus action, I'm going to transfer
What happens if you summon a
Slayer's
unicorn
Prey
right
onto one next to him.
You're just going to see a tree explode on
Then
you.
I'm going to throw a dagger at
Drop
it,
out of a tree.
but
No,
I'm
you
going
cast it
to
so
take the
it's
penalty
fine.
for sharpshooter.
Okay.
Point within
So
sight.
it's a net loss of 3 because I have archery.
Yeah.
Oh, it could work out. 6 plus 8 is maths,
10.
14. Take away 3 is 11.
That hits.
Of 10.
Nice.
Right, so it
That's
is
gonna be good.
d4, d6 plus 10?
Plus 10.
Sharpshooter.
Plus bonuses.
Nice.
Yeah.
So that's a 6. Well, no, that's a 5, sorry. 5 plus 3, which is 8. Plus 5, which is number 13. Plus 10.
Yeah.
Plus 10, so 23.
Nice.
That should kill something.
Well,
It's not dead, but it's taken a lot of damage now. There's another thing sort of into it. Awesome. Throndraek.
I'm rage.
Yep.
No, that's taking away a rage. Hang on. Roger. Boop. There we go. And then I'm gonna run to a thing
Mm-hmm.
that. Yeah, sure, the one that's now got a dagger impaled into it.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna recklessly swing it.
Go for it.
That's
You
a
hit.
hit.
Awesome.
Doing 7
Is that one?
slashing.
Cool. It's still standing weirdly
The
enough.
next Stop with the ones to damage rolls. Hits.
Cool.
At this point, one's to hit.
Oh, for fuck's sake! I stopped with the ones.
He stopped with the ones.
He went up one
8.
though.
It's just about hanging on.
Wow. Jeez. He was like slapping it almost but really strongly.
And the good thing is, they have advantage on me now.
You.
it's hanging on by a thread.
You-
I'm not sure that was
Right. Bear that is going
You
to
can hit
attack
them on
runs
anything
forward
but
and
one.
attacks.
It attacks the.
No, I missed on the one.
one that he
I missed on
yeah.
2, sorry.
Oh, anything better.
3 upwards.
Yeah.
3 plus on D20.
Mine's just a normal axe.
What's a bear's speed?
40 foot.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can get the one at the back. Yeah.
Cool. It hits.
Cool.
So,
It kills
oh,
that.
that's the bite.
That one's dead.
Okay, and then another one with a claw. And that does.
That's with the player's handbook.
I did 2 damage. Plus 2, so 4.
2 ones again. Wow.
To get back round to your turn, John, at least one
You've
of
been
my,
cursed by
one
you
of my
and
reactions
everything.
I
It's
can
like
spend on
You're the two causes
saving
of it, and you're somehow kind of.
because
I
I've
have
got like
75 health, I'm fine.
I've got like
I'll take it. I'm fine.
I've got like
That's
8
what it's
reactions.
I'm raging as well, so only
Yeah, like-
necrotic damage will do full damage.
I can give them disadvantage on the attack or block
Yeah,
off
I got it.
or dispose it.
Cool.
Oh yeah, I did that thing.
Eldoran,
The picture.
I will walk up and
Yeah.
then bonk.
go for it.
Nice.
Maximum bonk.
Can you smite?
You got above a 10?
No,
No.
I'm not sure.
I thought you were a paladin of
Yeah,
peace.
it's fine. It's cool. We're good.
Yeah.
Shouldn't you be trying to
11.
talk them out of this evil?
They're evil. Let's not throw that shit. Right.
A bit past talking. I
You
think.
hit. Are you smiting?
Smoke. Yeah, fuck it. Why not?
Do a little one.
Smoot them.
Weirdly enough, these are also undead.
Oh,
you
yeah.
get the additional D8
Yeah.
damage here.
Well, you should definitely
Take
smite.
it back.
That's 11 plus 7, so that's 18. 12.
What weapon are you using?
Morning Star.
Oh, you should have 3d8 because it's 2d8 for a first level spell.
Yeah.
Plus 5. Thank you very much. So that's 23 plus 4, so that's 27.
27 damage from the first attack. Cool. As radiant energy just blasts through this creature. Cool. Second attack.
That's
Yes.
17.
Yep.
How does it look?
It looks pretty hurt. It's still standing.
It's undead.
And green wiggly things on it.
No, fuck it.
I was going to say wriggly. Yeah, it looks wriggly.
Bonk it again.
Cool. So
So that's 9 plus 4. So that's 10 plus 4. So 14 damage.
still alive.
Ugh. That bastard.
It's looking pretty fucked up though.
And
How many are left?
3.
No, 1 and a bit.
One a bit.
I'm going to use my bonus action to shove that guy in the face. Bonk.
Cool.
Is that like a contested check or something?
Yeah, you make an athletics check.
Athletics.
It
Sorry,
gives
it doesn't
athletics
actually say,
or
yeah.
acrobatics. Yeah.
That's a 6. Athletics, so that's 10.
It got a 9. Do you want to knock it prone or knock
Knock
it away?
prone,
Cool.
please.
So who? Around smashes this thing and then just knocks
Yeah,
it to the ground with his shield. Cool. Derek, you've got 1 standing and 1 on the floor.
Oh, shoot a standing one in, please. Is there someone next to it?
Does he actually get to still hit the one on the floor because he's actually above it? So he's actually aiming down
But it's
towards
still
it.
prone.
Still
so
prone.
mechanically-
Disadvantage.
Because raw.
Because mechanically.
That's how rules work.
It's
Yeah, I hit it.
It's the idea
Is there
is
someone
he's
next to
simple.
it?
Yep.
think
Shade's
I'm
next to it.
Micro-
There's a bear next to it. There's all sorts of people next
There's
to it.
also a bear.
Yeah.
That's not
Out of all of
actually
it, there's
bad.
a bear next to it. There's not just the whole party.
The bear really stands out.
Yeah.
12 piercing and 9 psychic.
Damn.
Ooh.
Damn.
Damn.
Yeah.
Like
Actually
that.
rolled well.
Awesome.
I'm going to use my bonus action to pump a healing word into Parr.
Cool.
Nice.
half of the course. That's going to be an ongoing joke, I feel.
7.
Yay! Thank
You
you.
like numbers?
Like that.
Awesome. Aegis.
I am going to. There's 1 standing and 1 on the floor, yeah?
Yep.
Alright. I am going to use catapult
Cool.
on some stones, and I'm going to use twin spell. So I fire at both.
Yeah, if
What
it's a single
does
target spell.
catapult
It's a
single
single
target? Then it should work
I
on.
believe it's a single target.
Catapult hits anything in the range.
Then
If
it's not.
because if
It's
the
AoE,
first,
then.
the
it's
first
not.
creature
Specifically
dodges out the
targets
way,
one
it
thing.
keeps
If
going.
it has an AoE, then
Alright.
you can't.
I will
Yeah.
use firebolt then, and twin spell it.
Okay, so you're firing 1 at each.
Yes.
Cool. So the 1 prone, you have disadvantage.
Disadvantage. 18 and a 19,
Cool, that hits.
plus numbers.
That should do the job.
And then the other one, natural 1.
Wow. So that one doesn't get hit.
So I hit the one on the floor.
Yeah.
You do. And that one takes 2d10 fire damage.
Dice gods, hello?
What the fuck are you doing?
And I got a 19.
It dead. There's
Holy crap.
Okay.
cool.
And I tell the other bear to go and attack.
Awesome.
If it gets a chance.
If we get to, yeah. Icarus.
Yeah, let's
That was
do a
fine.
firebolt myself at the last one, the Titan
Yep.
Chaos, just to get rid of the damn thing. It's 15 plus things. Do you want me to?
Oh,
roll-
Titan's
yeah,
Chaos has
okay.
come back, yeah, because I didn't make you roll on the table. You don't have Titan's Chaos back yet.
Oh, I don't. I thought you made me roll last time.
No,
That's
you-
for wild magic.
That's just
When
your...
you cast a spell,
Oh, right.
you roll a d20 for
Oh,
one.
okay.
Yeah.
So roll
Shall I-
that again.
I'll roll that
It's
again.
a straight
Yeah.
roll.
'Cause you haven't done...
It still hits.
That's a 19.
Yeah, that's cool.
2d8. That's
What's
10.
that for?
5.
That's 2d10.
Is it 2d10?
Yeah, 5 bolts d10s.
Oh,
Maybe
wait,
more
the
damage.
cantrip.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
d10s.
There you go.
Christ, that's way more than I thought.
There you go, fireball, 2d10. It's because we're on level 5, so you get both.
11.
Nice.
Okay.
Points of fire damage. Cool. The Jackal does nothing. Shade.
Yes.
2 more in there.
One more.
One's oh, one on the floor?
No,
No,
that one's
Oh, one
burning.
standing.
Yep.
Of course, you hit that one in.
Go for it. Bonk it.
Yes.
12 plus numbers.
Yep.
7 plus, so the 12 damage again.
Awesome. I'm liking these numbers. These are good numbers to
It's
work
easy,
with.
isn't it?
Yeah.
That hits it. I
Cool.
rolled. If this is another 7, that would be weird.
4.
No, it's an 8 instead.
Sure.
13.
Well, bam!
Awesome. Bonus action?
Yeah, fuck it, of course.
Flurry?
Yeah, of course it'd be
Awesome.
flurry.
Cool.
Bonus action.
All these key points.
He gets his feather out then.
That hits. There's 12 plus stuff.
Hits.
D6. 1 plus
You've
5.
rolled 1 on that d6
That-
every single
Yes,
So
time.
that dice not only
Cool.
looks terrible, but he's terrible.
That should 6 plus
Yep.
stuff.
You're 10.
4 plus 5, so 9.
Awesome. Parr, bring it home.
Second wins.
Kill it.
Am I adding numbers to the d10 or is
You
it
add
just
your 5
5
to
to
level.
level, so add 5 to that. 5 to level.
Oh, that's 7. That's better. That doubled my hit points.
And then you stand up.
Round 2, you little bitch.
Yep.
I've hit both times.
Awesome.
First one is 9 damage.
The dice are going
Your
everywhere.
first hit.
There you go.
Cool. Just to point out, there is still a worm behind you, but you also hit that with the other attack, that's fine.
Squidge, squidge.
How many hit points you want?
14.
Out of?
54.
I'll give you 20.
Well, we could just have a short rest here.
Yeah. So as
No,
you
that's
you're
all
sort
right.
of like recovering, you don't hear any more creatures, you don't hear any more things.
I'll do a check.
they appear in
ability
diagonal.
check.
They come from the trees.
Advanced sense, sorry.
Yeah. Although just
You
mind
feel
sensing
a
works
worm
if
going.
you're- if they're behind total cover, you don't sense them.
It's only
So-
a door.
Yeah,
opens
but it'd be
behind
any
you.
that are on the surface.
Okay, then I'll use
Because-
primeval awareness.
No,
then.
if
Bushes
they're-
don't count as total cover.
And they do.
As an
If you
action.
can't see it, it's behind total cover.
Oh, okay.
And I can solve the problem just by using primeval awareness, because as an action I can spend 1 range of spell slots, 1 minute per level of the spell slot, so level 1, to sense whether any aberrations, celestials, dragons, elementals, fae, fiends, or undead are present within 1 mile of you,
That's
or within
handy.
6 miles of my favourite terrain, desert. This feature doesn't reveal the creature's location or number, just tells me if there are
Awesome. No, none of those creatures are within 1 mile of you.
Do I still pick up the desecrated?
Yes.
Yeah.
You are still standing on desecrated ground.
any. I think that's the last of them.
I'd rather
Better hope so.
Okay, so
stay here. to be
within,
honest.
you said this was a clearing.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything of note in the clearing apart from the ground that's upturned?
Really, just the ground.
No
Does anyone bring a
ominous
shovel?
openings.
No,
Coffins.
no coffins. Although looking into the ground, you have a look around. It's a mixture of like claw marks and things being dug up. It looks like some digging was done to find something, and then when something was found, presumably a body, it dug itself out the rest of the way. So whoever was looking for it just didn't bother. Just wanted to get the actual body visible. Didn't actually care about properly digging it up.
How big was this body? Or
It's
just normal size?
just a human. Yeah.
Okay.
Is there anything of identification in the people slot?
That's what I was about
see,
to look at.
the
yeah.
the 4 you've just killed are more recognisable.
Okay.
There is they don't like properly slaughter off.
They're not slaughtered yet.
So
yeah.
there's some sort of transformation goes on.
Alright.
Mhm.
The first one was the prime. The first one was the first one.
Yeah. Also, the first one took more effort to kill. It was a hardier creature.
I think we should take these back to the village. We've not been that long, have we?
No, I mean you're like
The,
Carrying
the
half
hunter
hours.
would have left about 20 minutes ago.
Carrying 4 rotting. Are they rotting?
Yes.
Who dug them out of the ground though?
One of
They
them
weren't
is
in the ground,
rotting,
the people were
but
taken.
like it's like a couple of weeks old. But there's one that's I mean they're all sort of heading into stages of
But still carrying them back to the village, as much as it'd be great to say, yes, here's your dead.
Leave them in the clearing and tell them where it was.
I think
Are
I
you
think
carrying anything else?
I think respectfully
I can't carry
burying them
anything
would be
else.
much more preferable than lugging a corpse around for 3 hours. Probably more because we don't know the way. And
Well, seeing
I
as
agree.
this is
If we
desecrated
bury the
ground,
bodies here,
burying them here
what's
would
to
not
stop
be
these
a
worms
good
find them and just this whole thing
are
starts
you
up
not
again?
capable of undesecrating?
I agree with
consecrating?
Icarus.
Well,
Perhaps
how
we
about
should
we just
burn
move the bodies,
bodies?
bury them somewhere else in the forest where it's not desecrated?
I mean,
Yeah, that's
like the little friend over here said, there's more worms, potentially.
Why not burn the bodies?
The worms stop when they die.
There may be more worms.
Where do the worms come from? The worms are the problem, not the bodies.
Beneath the ground.
Do we want to
We've
dig?
got to find them, haven't we? We were told to stop this problem.
The
The problem is the worms.
worm in his jar.
Mm.
It wouldn't happen to look anything vaguely like what I saw one of my comrades turn into.
No.
No?
No,
Okay.
not even remotely the
Not
same.
even remotely? Good.
No.
That's a start.
None of us know about this, do we?
Nope.
No.
I agree the worms are the problem, but if there is a body they can use just lying around, or it may attract even more dangerous beasts.
Do you want me to burn them?
I think we should burn the
I
bodies.
think you should burn them, actually, yeah.
With the finger guns as well.
He's like, I always wanted to do that.
What about the creepy child that heard voices in the village?
Can I have a look around for any sort of like nests?
Death guy.
Sure.
I
make a-
can't
make
remember
a
hearing any
survival check.
voices anywhere near the area.
No, the ranger said he was a
Yeah,
guy who heard
either,
voices.
either hears things when he shouldn't and doesn't when he should.
And we don't think there's any link between
5.
creepy voices in your
There
head
are
and
no nests.
worm people.
I want to say maybe we should try
Sure.
digging and seeing what comes up.
Who was the first person to go missing here or digging here?
I'd imagine it's the guy.
I don't think anyone went digging here
We
from
don't
the
know.
village.
No,
The assumption being it was someone else.
they said 3 people are missing from the village.
And we've just twatted
5.
5 of them.
So 1 was dug up and 1 person did the digging.
Yes. Or 2 people did the digging and
Oh, yeah.
worms.
All 5 of these things that we fought have this in common. They were all dead before the worms got them. They were all dead.
Wait, how do we know they were dead before the worms got them?
The worms may have
We
killed them.
we
were-
never.
Okay,
they were firing
they were
worms
acting
at us.
under control of the worms.
Yeah.
Whatever they were doing, acting under control of the worms.
Yeah.
So it's the worms the problem. It's not the corpses. We've got rid of the corpses, so that we've slowed them. But you're saying this ground is desecrated. This ground is tainted. That's probably because of the worms.
I can't
That's why
find
I'm
any
still up in
nests.
this tree. I'm shouting this down to you. I'm not touching this solid ground full of my money.
No, I get
worms.
where you're coming from, small fellow.
Do we have any shovels?
Can I have Icarus, Aegis, and Derek make Arcana checks, please?
That's 14.
23.
Nice.
Also 14.
Cool. Derek.
Yep.
I knows things.
It's weird
Yes.
because you're the one that's
You
done all
use
this
this,
thing.
do you?
Well, you're sort of like, it helps them where you're sort of,
My vantage point.
yes, your vantage point provides you some makes it easier for you here.
Trees for the wind.
In that you're as you're sort of looking down
military
and
as well.
just saying, the worms were the problem, you do notice sort of in the ground around this clearing, mostly covered, mostly sort of dug up and overturned, but you can see the remnants of arcane sigils.
Someone did dispel.
I point them out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Can I have a look at these? these?
Those are sigils.
Yes. And you get the sense that that's you can't make them out clearly. You don't really know what they mean, but you get an idea that that's probably something to do with it.
Actually, yes.
Can I have a look at the sigils?
Go on,
Can
slide.
I see what they mean? Do I know?
But they don't mean anything. They're just arcane sigils that they use.
Alright, let's
during-
cast Detect Magic.
Cool. You cast Detect Magic, and
I step away from you.
you detect, sort of just in the area, the what's the word? Dissipating aura of necromancy magic.
Okay.
Just this entire clearing is filled with necromancy magic, but it is currently fading.
On the remains of the thing in the jar,
Yep.
is there anything coming from that?
It is also radiating necromancy.
Okay.
Is that illegal?
No, Necromancy, not really.
Mm.
That's a bad thing.
I'm just checking some places. It's
Oh, it's just an advanced form of conjuration, really.
okay. In some places, you're just the really,
Yeah, it's
really
more,
late doctor.
I mean-
like an abjuration sort of thing. You're changing something.
You're just raising a family.
That's
Oh.
It's one of my favourite memes.
And then you lose your arm, your leg, and your brother for it, because you get that reference,
Mm-hmm.
and everyone else has watched that anime.
And
So,
dogs are
yes.
brilliant pets.
Necromancy magic that is fading rapidly.
rapid enough that we would be able to tell when it completely dissipates, or is it going
I
to
mean,
take a while?
if you hang around for the next like minute and a half, it'll probably be entirely gone.
Is there anything that we can read off the sigils?
I mean, you can make note of the remaining ones that you can see. They don't, on their own, they don't really mean anything. They're just some of the runes that are used during arcane rituals. But potentially, you might be able to use the like 3 or 4 that you can find to try and work out what was cast.
Alright, I'll
Are there any-
do that and then try and keep a rough note of where their positions were in around the clearing.
Are there any tracks leading away from this clearing?
Make a survival check.
It's going to be awful. 10?
11.
11.
11. None that you can see.
Do I have to roll to make out what was cast? Or
Oh, you can easily enough copy down the sigils. That will be to try and find it out. Will be stuff later on.
okay, so I think I have a paper or writing equipment.
Yeah, yeah.
So, someone was here,
Yeah.
raised them.
Like,
Must
can I
have
have a
been
dig
recent.
in one of the holes? See if it's, like, is it just a mud hole or
It's-
is there a coffin?
It's mostly just mud now.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's no, like, remnants of coffins.
No.
Where's the tool used to
It
lead
might
up? Is it still
have
there?
been a blood
The tool is not there. No.
So someone took the tool and left.
We could camp here and hope they return, or maybe see if there's anyone in the village that has the necessary equipment to be casting necromantic rituals in the middle of their forest.
I don't think they're coming back.
Do we want to attempt to dig up further whatever the thing in the middle came from? 'Cause it's,
More dead bodies.
well, we don't know. There might be if there was like a coffin or something, there could be a marking on it to say what was there. Just theorizing. Generally, if you have a coffin, you'd mark here lies X.
Is there any signs of a grave marker?
No.
I would rather let the dead rest rather than anger the gods.
But the dead,
It's up to you, my
the
friend.
dead stopped resting. The dead's up and left.
Oh,
So it's to find
Well, we put those ones
where
back.
he came from.
We
How-
put those ones
They're
back.
in peace now.
How are we proving to the village that we killed him?
His
We
job.
have the worm and our
That's a
worm.
worm.
We have
Yes,
I mean,
he explained what
it
happened.
is-
It's not the end of the world.
It
No,
is
we
pretty-
hunt down necromancy.
It adheres to what the description was given by the siblings.
So clearly, it
We
doesn't
should-
look like a
recommend
regular
we
worm, does
It
head
looks
back
nothing
to-
like a normal
Exactly.
one. Yeah.
We
head
should
back to the-
find.
We should head back to the
source.
village and talk to Ivar.
Yeah. And maybe some other people.
If people are casting spells, that means they're whispering. And he heard whispering.
Awesome.
I think this is a good plan.
Oh, we should have checked to see if he was whispering of a single person or multiple people.
Well, we can find that out when we go talk to him.
Yeah.
So you guys heading back to town?
Yep.
Yes.
Yes.
Heading back to the village and sort of just leaving that clearing as it is. Anyone do anything else before you leave?
As I go, do I spot anything else with detect magic?
I'll use my magical item to regain some spell slot.
Cool.
I'll do a quick prayer. I'll do a quick prayer.
Quick prep. Cool.
I'll
Awesome.
look around the edges of the clearing to make sure we haven't missed anything else, like we missed the stone
Yeah.
initially.
Nothing you can spot.
I've made a copy of the sigils as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool. So you guys make your way back into the village. Easy enough to get hold of Ivar, who is a He has very like those like ice blue eyes, the really like piercing ice blue eyes. Maybe like his late 30s, early 40s. Who's sort of, as you guys, it's a range that you can talk to him. Meet him in the one of the tables in the inn. It looks like you. Yes.
It's him, innit?
Yeah. Let's just lock him up now.
We heard whispers that you heard whispers. Did you hear specifics?
It was like one voice, but many voices. It sort of echoed.
Are you saying as if it was one person speaking multiple times over themselves, or as if it was multiple people speaking at once?
It was echoes of one person, except it didn't sound like echoes. It was one person speaking, and then like they kept speaking while speaking more.
They spoke over themselves.
Yes.
Have you ever heard them before?
No.
And this was in the forest, yeah?
Yes.
About a month ago?
Yes. Close to there was a clearing. I was near to a clearing.
What was in the clearing?
Is there anything known about the clearing?
No, I mean there's multiple sort of like spot clearings in the forest.
Were there any other unusual travelers coming through the village at that time?
Don't remember any, no.
And that clearing, about 3 hours walk from here, yeah?
Yes.
Tell me, is there a local history of the forest?
Not really.
It's just somewhere that you decided to settle and everything was fine?
Yeah, it was after the war we sort of went to a forest because there's less people.
Where were you when you heard the voices?
In the forest.
What were you doing in the forest that time?
I was hunting.
Were you decided not to investigate the noises of this whispering? Why was that?
I didn't. They sounded ominous. They made my skin crawl.
Might have literally.
Yeah, I'm gonna just inside that just,
Sure.
just to make sure.
Yeah, make an insight check.
Number plus, so 18.
18. Yeah, he's been forthright. He legitimate, like, whatever it was, he didn't like it, and it made him feel very uncomfortable. And he was like, fuck that.
Okay.
I'm here to hunt. I'm not here to work out what ominous whispers do.
This shortly before people went missing.
Well, you have very good instincts. Next time you hear whispers, do say about it, but don't investigate yourself.
Did he say what the words were he could hear?
He will say a couple of things, which to the spellcasters amongst you obviously sound like some sort of arcane words for a spell.
But they don't hint those.
They don't. Yeah, but he doesn't say. He only says a couple, and they don't seem to do anything. He doesn't actually know what it is he's saying.
And no one else recognises those words as being part of it.
No, not part of a specific ritual. Yeah.
I would just quickly like to ask Barkeep if there were any other travelers coming through at this time. Else, we may have hit a dead end as far as we can investigate.
Yes.
He says no other travelers.
So we've been the first ones in how many long? How many months?
many
Years?
How many longs?
How many?
10 longs?
Yeah.
About that?
Then longs
Probably
for a
the
long time.
first.
Whatever. Fucking hell.
Well, that's.
I mean, we're out of the way for a reason.
How long
Are there any others
been
that-
here?
Do you not?
It's only existed like maybe a year and a half.
Oh, well, that's not so surprising.
Are there any others that can cast spells in this village?
There's the cleric. She does the healing. That's it.
Who does she follow?
Bane.
Oh, that explains things.
No. Oh shit.
Quick, let's kill the cleric.
I thought I saw an arm. Or a hand. Somewhere.
Hang on.
Or an eyeball in the last round.
Yeah.
I need to check the actual right name because last time I said a god I got it wrong.
It's true.
Hello.
Okay.
Hello.
Hello. God of the sun and agriculture.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't think that's.
You could ask her to purify the ground at least. Maybe
yes.
sanctifying it might be more her area of expertise.
That would be a good idea.
I think so.
I'll go back to the. Was it Ivar, the first guy?
Mm-hmm.
Tell me, is the forest fully scouted? Like you know everywhere in it, right?
More or less.
Any ruins? Any remnants of previous civilization?
No.
Where
Yeah,
on
any
the
drop
map
there.
is this?
Where on the map is this? This is not big enough to be warranted on this map, but like there-ish.
No, that's cool. That tells me it's not
Yeah.
where I.
It's literally 2 days travel.
Yeah, no, it was whereabouts.
What direction?
Yeah,
Ivor,
because
East, wasn't it?
have you seen anything that looks like that? And I point to the jar.
Ugh. No. Ew.
if you do, run.
Not intending to keep that eye hidden away in the cloak again.
Or hit it with a torch.
It's dead.
Oh yeah.
It's dead, but we don't really want people going, look at
No,
that
sorry, I
thing."
thought you said hit it with a torch. I'm like, it was dead.
No, in response to you.
Oh,
Ivar, we're trying to help your village. So I need you to tell me about the person who lives in the woods.
There isn't someone who lives in the woods.
Is he lying?
Make an insight check.
26.
Bloody hell!
Wow.
He's not lying.
Cool.
Yeah.
So it's someone from the village. Cool.
To the mayor, like the guy in charge.
He isn't here.
So there are
We're
40
just
houses. We have to systematically break into all of these houses.
We just
shake
zone
them
of
down.
truth, all of them.
Well, you can cast step magic. I cast step magic. We need to walk around.
I've got zone of truth.
Yeah.
It's this one.
Just kettle them all in one place.
So
Zone of truth.
are you
Call the
detect,
town hall
are you
there,
detect
town.
magic radar locating through the village?
God, you know how long that would take.
Not that long.
It's
There's
Well,
only
how
50
about you
minutes.
two do that? The rest of us will go talk to the cleric.
That'll work.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Right. So for simplicity of the radaring, you don't pick up anything.
Surprising.
And then for the cleric, you're asking them to go in and sanctify the ground, which they will do. That is easy enough for them to do. They will handle that.
Do we want to inquire? No, screw it. You guys are doing that, not me.
I also ask her, is there anyone else that seems a bit strange? Away from, keeps away from everyone else in the village?
No. Everyone's pretty friendly with each other.
And the whole village is in on it. They're covering for each
Oh, it's
other.
hot fuzz. Okay.
Fuzzing it, yeah.
God damn it, Liam! Stop taking.
I'm
my
aiming
favourite
like that.
films.
Insight, sure.
What if it's hot fuzz?
All we have to do is meet some guy on the roof of the church.
21.
21. She's not lying. Yeah, everyone in the
I
village
think
is
he's gotta
friendly
tell
with
the
each other.
truth.
And no one would have a reason to hurt Godfried or Mary.
No.
I don't think it's the
Tell me their
specific
faces.
people. I think it's just
Tell me
whoever's
their
there.
faces.
Can you imagine someone trying to cause trouble right doing this?
Just a casual bit of necromancy in the woods
Just
to
a
cause a
prank,
bit of trouble.
just a prank, dude.
It's
Just
practice.
a
It could just be practice before attacking a larger settlement.
I don't like that at all.
Okay,
Well-
should we say, do we think we have a job done, or do we think
Yes.
there's a further
Yeah,
issue?
I think so.
I think unless they report back that this continues.
Possibly we
Should we
should
go
go back
talk
to the
to
clearing
the-
and try
Well,
to
maybe we could-
rest and see if someone comes
Yeah,
back
I mean
tonight.
we could wait a couple of days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
So you hang around a couple of days, and no
Keep
one
an eye on the
no
things.
one disappears. Everyone who goes into the forest comes out of the forest.
Should we check?
Then-
Can we
Yeah,
check if no
because
one else
we're
has got
here.
anything?
They're not going to do anything while we're here. They're not stupid.
The cleric goes in and sanctifies the place, and also sees to the burial of the bodies.
We burn
We
them.
burn them.
Oh, you burn them. That's right. Yeah. So she doesn't. She just sanctifies the area.
I'd go with her. And
I'm also going to accompany her
Yeah,
on
that's
that just
fine.
to
Her
make sure.
cremation doesn't
She deals
the
with the
massive
ash
obscenity
piles.
to her god. She's like, what have you done? Like,
Nah,
their
it's not
spirits
enough.
can never reach paradise now.
Southern Guard.
I guess we'd explain to the village heads and show them the jar.
Give it to them as a memento.
No, I thought we bring it to
Hang that on your
I
wall.
think we take
Hold
the
on to
jar back simply for the council to explain.
Shut up.
Well, I'm not saying this in front of the head. I'm saying that to the others here.
Okay, make that obvious.
Don't mind us. We'll take this back to Jofram, to the council that sent us here.
Sure.
To the
And pop.
Oh, come on.
That's definitely one way for a TPK.
yeah. I'm bored of this now. Hey, so.
I want to play a new character.
We have the
No.
best to get out of jail free card on these characters. Just tell someone on secret identities.
Yeah, but it's a bit Judean's People's Front, isn't it?
Yeah, but you walk up to someone and go, "Hey, you ever seen a man's head explode?"
Well, listen
What about
to me. 8? We all stand around them.
Well, the thing is, someone will be in, like, put you in jail. Tell me everything you know. I work for the council.
Thank you, you prick.
Alright,
So we can TPK
We
just
are,
by
we are
being
going to.
idiots.
We are going
Yeah.
to.
Yeah.
For all the knowledge you have in your head.
Here by the council, bang.
I'm free of fortune.
No, but I mean, that game doesn't roll dice. We just say things that all of us just die.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
The fact our heads pop is what we've decided, but
That's headcanon.
yeah.
So, but also just to, you showed Arvid and Bodil the jar with the thing.
Yes, I would have shown anyone who's relevant.
Did Arvid and Bodil both freak out?
They freaked the fuck out, yeah.
Okay, cool.
They're both like, oh my god, the fuck is that?
Is it fake freaking out?
No, that's
We're like
that's easy to
inside.
tell. They straight up are like, the fuck?
When someone's eyes widen to like
no.
double normal
That
size.
sounds-
Oh no,
Scary.
it's so scary. I've never seen that before in my life.
I definitely didn't
so
summon
cool.
1,000 of them.
Quickly,
Yeah.
like the ones in the back.
If I may suggest something, would it be worth calling a full village meeting to let everyone know that your danger has passed?
We'll do that.
Could you do that tonight?
Sure.
Fantastic. We'll see you then. And then I'm going to quietly, like, once we're out of that room,
Yep.
you're going to show that to the whole village. And we're going to see who does not freak out on it.
I have to show my little green light.
There's going to be someone sitting there just like,
There'll be the blind guy, and we're all gonna like jump him. They're gonna be like,
man.
oh my god, he's blind. We're like, oh
last ditch
shit.
attempt just to make sure, and then we'll fuck
We won't
off.
even jump him. Just
Yeah.
You.
Okay.
You're just gonna have this flying axe in the middle
Village
of the
meeting is called. Weird green worm is pulled out. Entire village freaks the fuck out.
If you see these, burn them.
I think Liam is saying, go back to John Fry and we need to finish up.
We just terrorised the village.
Hey man, better be to say.
This has been a public service announcement.
Brought to you by the Knights of
Always
Caesar.
burn your worms.
If you need our help again, well, where will they find us?
Mow loud enough, we'll eventually hear.
Setting someone up.
The big city over
We're
there.
a small adventurers company from Joffrenheim.
Joffrenheim.
Joe Fry.
Put a German spin on it.
Yeah.
If you knew the group name, we still haven't decided on it. You'll hear it soon.
Right.
We'll send up business.
We go back to
Go
Joffrenheim.
back.
Joffrenheim.
You go back to Joe Fry.
Joffrenheim.
You go back to the council.
You go back to Joe Berg.
We give them the worm.
Show them the work!
You give them the worm. They are also freaked out by the
Good.
worm. Some of them a little bit more. Like Alao's a bit like, ugh. And then the merchant head is like, the fuck
Okay.
is that?
Liam, at this point, this is such a disgusting item that it's almost as if we can whip it out and just frighten. Yes, we can whip out the
Whip out my little British green
and
worm.
immediately have like
She'll scream.
immediately frightened. Status frightened some guy.
We do mention that there was some arcane sigils give them a copy of the note, so we mentioned that there was
Right.
necromantic magic in the area.
The council will request the worm
No, it's my worm.
so they can investigate it,
Relinquish
Properly.
your worm.
and they will take a copy of the sigil so they can do some research on that as well. But they are thankful for having done a good job.
Yay.
We did good.
You did good, and you made a name for yourselves. They just
We
don't
got
know
gold
what
stars
name
for
you
it.
made for yourself.
We did
just
make a name
don't
for ourselves
know
in a
what
village
name
that
we
gets
made
no
for
one
ourselves.
visiting it.
Yeah, but it's a start. That was
We
the
need
whole
to come
point.
up with a name.
Yes.
A wriggly worm.
And you.
Worm beaters.
I feel that we should put some like a Twitter poll up with some names and
Okay.
pick him.
I mean, it's
And from the council chamber, you head back to your. I assume you either head back to your various places of rest, or you go to an inn and drink it off.
Yeah.
I was gonna offer, like, I was gonna get the keg out and be like, so who wants a celebration drink?
I'll be going back to the temple and researching on worms.
I kind of
you're
don't
boring.
That's what we
Okay.
say every night.
That is fine. So for that is a successfully
Rawlinson's best.
a successfully completed mission 3. Well done, Yao. You did what you needed to do. So for the next time, it will be another. It's gonna be about 6 months after this.
Ooh, more downtime.
Yep, more downtime to do stuff with.
I'll make
Yeah.
another keg.
That'd be good.
You have a lot of time not doing anything.
Nice.
Loving this.
On
Yeah.
one.
unofficial meetings, unofficial missions from the council.
Yeah.
So there we go.
Oh, yeah, do I have to increase my age by what?
We might have to.
Well, no, I'm taking the ages you've chosen and the ages you've started at the start will be.
Right.
Oh.
For simplicity. But thank you very much, guys, for watching. Hopefully you have enjoyed that. Look forward to the rest of the campaign of
More
that.
of this.
The Adventures of the Worm Beaters.
Oh my god.
Oh
That's
no.
not the name.
That'd have been
I'm
the
not
It might be the name.
I actually really like that name.
Oh god.
I actually managed to come up with a name for one.
Yeah. If you have enjoyed, drop a comment, a like, a subscribe, go to Facebook, follow us, go to Twitter, follow us, go to Instagram, follow us. Just go to all the things.
Find your friends, put them in front of a screen,
Yeah.
play this.
Play this for them, make them watch it.
Tape their eyes open.
That's exactly what
Matchsticks.
Well,
they work quite well.
I actually was going to go cocktail sticks, but tape is a lot nicer.
Just watch Clockwork Orange.
Super glue.
There
Then
we go.
this.
Just
Make
cut the
them
eyelids
watch
off.
it. To cut the eyelids off. That's
Oh.
all.
Wow, that's fucking hell. That's an escalation.
That-
On that note,
I mean, that was the only logical step to go for. But
Yeah,
yeah,
Worse
on
than
that note,
anything we've just encountered.
Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.